interrupt our regular programming to bring you this special sports presentation.
All right, it's game day. You only got one job to do. That's win. That means you stay focused for 4 quarters. Know your assignments and finish on every play. Don't be looking for shortcuts, and don't even think about making excuses. Because if you want the W, you're going to have to earn it.
The postseason is just weeks away, and we have tonight one of the top 2 teams in the area hoping to make a deep run. The Middletown Knights are 5-1 in Class 2A 1A, while the Linganore Lancers are an undefeated 6-0 as a Class 3A team. Great to have you with us from Linganore High School with Coach Rick Little. I'm Ryan Pierce on Cool with the Linganore Lancers. What a matchup we have tonight, Coach. 2 teams combined, only 1 loss. Both are having great seasons.
Great seasons. Linganore 3A classification.
1 loss,
just
both.
Amazing running game.
Yeah.
And then on the other side of the ball, Middletown in the 1A, 2A, having a great season. And they have a quarterback, Britt Poffenbarger, who has committed to Stony Brook to play quarterback. He's responsible for over 1,400 yards in the pass game and 240 yards running. So he's a one-man band on that side. Jump back to Linganore, and it's all about Matthews.
Well, let's go with that home team, the Lancers, this year. They've outscored their opponents 256-54. They've been unbelievable offensively, defensively, the whole package. 35 points each game this year. They finished as the state runner-ups in 2024 last year, so they obviously have the pedigree. You mentioned some of those weapons they have. Chase Perry, David Doy, Bradley Matthews, those are running back, and what a year he's had.
Yep, Bradley, he is a Georgetown commit, nearly 1,000 yards already through 6 games. As a team, they average scoring 42 points a game, as you said, and only give up 9 points a game. Wow. So the win margin has been huge for Linganore, even against their toughest opponents, that being Oakdale. A tremendous showing. You know, now Middletown stubbed their toe against Oakdale, so it's going to be an interesting matchup here. You know, Middletown more of a balance, run, throw the ball. Linganore, clearly, they want to run the football.
Linganore beat Oakdale last week. I think we were all surprised watching that score come in. 45-14. They topped Frederick 42-0 before that and beat Walkersville 35-0 the week before that. An incredible 3 weeks.
Yeah, they've just been a machine. Actually, I came out here and watched their preseason scrimmage against Arundel, and they were impressive that night and been impressive all 6 games of the regular season.
So you have an elite team in Linganore, a really good team in Middletown. You mentioned Britt Poffenbarger, their quarterback. 3 players playing for D1 teams next year. We'll talk about them in just a moment on Cool Oldies 1450.
Thurmont is amazing. Not only do they support local high school sports on the radio, but they have great food, great fun, and they constantly serve our community in so many ways. Check out their Facebook page, American Legion Post 168, to find out about their exciting events. And be sure to say thank you for supporting our local community. And don't you forget to say thank you every time you see them for their selfless sacrifice in military service to our country. Thanks, American Legion Post 168. We salute you. At Thurmont Country Kitchen, one recent diner summed it up perfectly.
This place is so good, the words are hard to find. It's wonderful. wonderful small-town diner with awesome food and great service.
Thurmont Country Kitchen is located on Water Street in downtown Thurmont. Open weekdays 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., Saturdays 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sundays 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Remember when Grandma used to say, if you're looking for a great restaurant, follow the locals. And that's exactly what you'll find at Thurmont Country Kitchen. A wonderful mixture of out-of-town guests, travelers up and down Route 15, and the locals who love Country Kitchen's award-winning roasted chicken. Homemade cooking at its finest, with lots of sweets and goodies at the counter to go. Country Kitchen is a great place for birthday parties, meetings, or just to take the family when you're out and about. Their huge menu has something for everybody, and their warm country home atmosphere and small town charm will take you back to simpler times. Thurmont Country Kitchen, satisfying and delicious. You'll feel right at home at Thurmont Country Kitchen. Thurmont Country Kitchen is a proud sponsor. Everyone in Thurmont knows and respects Dr. John Hageman at Center of Life Chiropractic and his wife Marcia at Center of Life Pilates for their many years of helping people in need and for the wonderful ways they give back to their community through scholarship and fundraising efforts. Center of Life. For information or to check out their schedule, go online to centeroflife.us today. That's Center of Life Chiropractic and Pilates. Make an adjustment to your life today.
Back here on Cool Oldies 1415, the Frederick County Sports Connection. I'm Ryan Pierce with Coach Rick Little. Coach, one of the best games I think we're going to have all season. What a great matchup. Linganore 6-0, Middletown is 5-1. We talked about the Lancers team. Middletown, you mentioned Britt Poffenbarger. He is a D1 commit to Stony Brook. There are 3 D1 commits on the offense for the Knights. Poffenbarger at quarterback, Will Akingbate at tight end is going to play at Hampton, and then Clinton Lee's committed to Navy. He's a wide receiver. I'm excited to see all 3 play with each other.
Yeah, big play potential on both sides of the football, mostly in the passing game for Middletown. Linganore has shown big play capability in both the run game with Bradley Matthews and the pass game with that favorite receiver of Doyle is Chase Perry. Impressive numbers, 16 receptions, 310 yards, 5 touchdowns. And I said, and we played 6 games.
2 great quarterbacks. Yeah, Doyle is impressive. Bradley Matthews at the running game. Chase Perry's been great as a receiver. Both these teams have weapons. So it might come down to who plays better defense tonight when you have 2 offenses that are this good. Linganore's defense has been fantastic recently. We'll see if the Middletown defense can keep up and at least hold the Linganore defense in check as best as they can.
And when you rattled off those scores, it's like we know it's a tough task. Yeah. Linganore is very good to take care of the football. And then their defense is so great, too. They've turned the other team over multiple times, including 10 interceptions. And that was one thing that I called an eye. Poffenbarger for Middletown, only 2 interceptions to go with his 15 touchdowns. So that's going to be a key tonight. He cannot throw. He needs to continue not throwing interceptions with this talented Linganore team.
So it's a big key tonight for the Knights. You got to avoid the turnovers against the Linganore team that's now lost since the championship game last postseason for the Lancers. I mean, is it as simple as give it to Bradley Matthews, see what he does, and if he's on, just ride him to the finish line?
That is indeed the game plan.
Yeah.
Now, they might fool us once in a while and fake it to him and throw the football just to try to keep Middletown balanced. But we were talking in pregame. I would not be at all surprised if Coach DeLauder doesn't come in here with a 8-man in the box and just say, Bradley, you're not going to run on us. You're going to beat us with the pass.
Well, we're about to find out as the Lancers and Knights take the field. Looks like the Knights are going to kick it off. The Lancers will receive. They will have the ball working left to right in their black home uniforms. Knights in their road whites at Lancers Linganore High School. To me, this is the perfect high school football environment. You have a quaint yet nice setup with the bleachers on both sides. Yet the wheat fields in the background, the lights on, massive crowd. I had to personally walk quite a ways just to get from the parking lot because there's so many people here.
We were talking in the pregame. Yeah. Michael was worried that you're not here yet, and I said he probably had to park in the satellite lot.
And you're right, I did. It's way out there to show you how many people are at this place. Packed house, ready for just a fantastic football game this week in Cooley's 1450, the game of the week in the area. 6-0 Lancers, 5-1 Knights. We're off and ready for action. It's a split kick from the Knights, returned by the up back at the 34. The Lancers to the 35, and he's pulled down at the 37. That's where the Lancers take over to start this game.
And we'll see what their intent is right out of the bat. Coach Rick Connor, 20-plus years as a head coach. Don't recall the exact number, but very successful career.
Gavin Schenkel, had the tackle on special teams as the Lancers take over. Coach Connor, and he's such a great guy to talk to. He's a fantastic coach as he leads his team out today. Lancers working left to right, home blacks. David Doy, their star quarterback in the shotgun. The snap turn to Matthews. No, keeps it himself and passes up the middle. And it's caught up the middle. And down the far side, it's Perry to the 25, 15, 10-5 on the first play of the game. Chase Perry off the play action slant pass takes it down the sideline for a touchdown.
62 yards. A little slant, one quick move to the outside, and beat the entire Middletown secondary into the end zone.
We mentioned it in the pregame. I'm sure the Knights coaching staff were thinking the same thing. You have to stop Bradley Matthews. Play action, David Doy passes up the middle, and Chase Perry, touchdown number 6. He's now up over 370 yards receiving this year, as the kick and the extra point is up and through by Aiden Marsh, their kicker, their senior, and it's 7-0 on one play. Linganore striking quick. This offense is impressive. We'll see if Middletown can respond when we come back and cool these 14.
We're all busy with plenty of commitments. That's why Anytime Fitness is the perfect way to stay in shape. From either home or work, Anytime Fitness at Thurmont is always close by, and they're open 24/7. They can tailor a personalized training program to fit your workout needs. Anytime Fitness can also fashion a membership and payment plan that will be flexible enough for your on-the-go lifestyle. You'll love the 24-hour co-ed fitness center with state-of-the-art equipment designed to sculpt and tone you into shape. And when you're away from the Thurmont area, your membership guarantees you access to any of the over 1,000 clubs worldwide. Visit us at 130 Frederick Road to start your program today. Now you can stay healthy anytime with Anytime Fitness.
Lansing score on their first play from scrimmage, a 65-yard pass from David Doy to Chase Perry off the play action. And now Middletown already punched in the jaw. They try to respond, and they've been really good this year offensively as they take it, working right to left on the near side. The returner, number 7, upended at the 27 after having a bit of a route. It was Eddie Quinn trying to bring it back. And from the 27, the Knights take over with a 5-1 record.
We'll see how the Knights respond as a team. I think it's important, not that they have to score this drive, but they have to maintain possession a little bit, maybe get at least 1 or 2 first downs, give their defense an opportunity to rest and regroup.
Knights offense coming off a 42-point performance in a blowout over Brunswick. They scored all 42 points in the first half. As Poffin Parker, 12 touchdowns, 1 interception, passes to the flat, and it's incomplete. Out of the backfield, he was looking for, I believe, either Brody Summer or Ryan Colby, and it falls to the turf.
Yeah, just tried a little bubble screen to the running back, just off the mark. Sets up a 2nd and 10. Linganore, with their 3-4 defensive look, they roll the defensive ends up. They call them outside linebackers, defensive ends. They get on the line of scrimmage, and they really get into the backfield, try to cause havoc.
Double-digit tackles for loss when you combine all the numbers for these linebackers. They're always in the backfield. Rolling out to his right, looking like he was going to run was Poffenberger, then dumped it off into the turf, incomplete. Was looking for his running back, who's been pretty impressive himself, Ryan McLister, this season. He's number 22, and he's been quite the athlete.
It looked like Zachary Reed read that one, was in the backfield, maintained containment. Britt had nowhere to run, so then he tried to flip it off, incomplete.
7-0. Lancers on top of the Knights. Knights first possession, facing a 3rd and 10 from their own 29-yard line after reach the 39 with 11:31 left, first quarter just underway. Britt Poffenbarger, 6'4" senior, stands tall in the shotgun of the near hash mark, wearing number 2, takes a snap for rush, drops back, flushed out, passes down the middle, looking for 2 players. It's up and intercepted.
Wow.
At the 31, picked off by the Lancers. It was Drew Rupp reaching up in the air and plucking it out of the sky for the pick.
Just what we talked about in pregame. Cannot turn it over like that. 2 receivers in one area, in the same area where the ball was. Defender drew one up, took it away from everybody.
4 interceptions for Rupp, and you see why. He's got such great ball skills. Went up and pulled it in excellent hands. Only the 3rd pick this year for Poffenbarger. It does, to an extent, act as a punt, as it goes all the way to the 30 for Linganore, and they take it working left to right. So on one play, David Doy found Chase Perry for a touchdown. Let's see what he does here on his second drive. On the near hash mark, working left to right, leading 7-0. Not even a minute into this game, just a very busy 36 seconds. As Doy's in the shotgun, turns this time. He does hand off to Perry off the right tackle, hit at the line, and tossed to the turf after picking up 1 or 2.
Well defended there, a little off tackle to the tight end side. Number 45 for Middletown on the tackle, Brody Summers.
Summers, 15 tackles, one of the team leaders, outside linebacker, great at pursuing the ball, and he pulls down the speedy Bradley Matthews, averaging 8 yards per touch. Just picked up 2 under 11 minutes left to go first quarter. Finally a running clock, 7-0. We've seen all passes so far. As Doy's in the shotgun, claps his hands once with Matthews behind him, takes a snap, looks left, lobs it down the left side, once again looking for Perry, who leaps up. Intercepted at the 40. Returning back on the far side is Ryan McLister, the running back in safety, picked it off. So back-to-back picks from 2 quarterbacks who entering the game had a combined 3 interceptions thrown, and just like that, the Knights have pried back momentum.
And that was a great play. The ball looked like Chase was going to get it. Middletown outran it. Up in the air, one-handed. Ryan McLister pulls it in.
McLister, his 3rd pick for an encore. He plays running back, and the ball is in Lancers territory. Maybe a bit of a shock to the Linganore Lancers, not used to seeing a pick thrown by Doy, their star quarterback. Now here's Poffenbarger in the shotgun. McLister to his left along with 3 receivers. Now McLister brings out left side. Poffenbarger throws right, it's high, pulled in by the target at the 38, gaining maybe 3 or 4 on the play.
Just a little out pattern to Clinton Lee. Linganore there quickly to close with 2 defenders.
That is Lee's 21st catch of the year. He's a Navy commit, has 4 receiving touchdowns. The guy we want to watch out for is Nate Borowski, who had 2 receiving touchdowns in the first half of last week. He's been kind of a touchdown machine recently. He's lined up on the left side. Borowski in the slot. To the outside of him is Eddie Quinn, another top target of Poffenbarger, who loves to throw the football. He hasn't run it yet. There's the snap. Poffenbarger drops back. He'll keep it himself, running right between the hash marks. He's got the first into the secondary, tackled hip high, and falls forward to the 20. Poffenbarger responding from that pick with a short completion and a run for about 15.
Linganore drops in a zone, and the linebackers really got out of there about 15 yards deep. Britt recognized that, tucked it off and run, and he's a great athlete running the football.
9:30 left first quarter, 7-0. The 6-0 Lancers leading the 5-1 Middletown Knights. Knights on the road where they've been so good this year. Just a 3rd home game for the Lancers this year. They're, of course, 2-0. Exactly in between the hash marks at the 20. Poffenbarger, who's not handed it off yet to his back, McLister. This time he keeps it himself and races up the middle, breaks 1 tackle, breaks a 2nd, inside the 10, tossed to the turf for the 6. Back-to-back positive runs from Brian Poffenbarger.
A great read option there by Britt. Put it in McLister's stomach, rode for about a good 2nd, then pulled it up through the vacated linebacker spot. 1st and goal. What you got about the 2, Ryan?
Yeah, down to the 2 as Britt Poffenberger, landed down at the 2. He was hit at the 6 and then just kept pulling it forward. Landon Allen on the tackle. So down at the 2, Poffenberger in a 6'4" frame comes under center, turns handoff McLister off the right tackle, leans forward. He's close and he's in for a touchdown. Touchdown for McLister, and Middletown's an extra point away from tying this game at 7.
Big answer off the turnover. McLister, the interception. McLister finishes the drive.
You're exactly right there, Coach. What a response from Middletown. They give up the touchdown on one play. Poffenberger throws the rare pick, but McLister comes back, gets an interception on defense and a touchdown on offense. Now the extra point is through for the quarterback and kicker, Ryan Colby. And we are tied at 7. This is the good game we were hoping for to start. 8:37 left in the first, still just underway. And we're even at 7 on Cool Oldies 1450.
Locally owned and operated for over 50 years. Winner 9 years in a row for the best of the best in Frederick County. Let our professionally trained staff of certified landscapers transform your yard from a dream to reality. Hawkins Landscaping specializes in elegant and inviting outdoor environments. If you're looking to create, upgrade, or revitalize your outdoor space, call Hawkins Landscaping today at 301-898-3615. That's 301-898-3615. Hawkins Landscaping. When you deserve the best, get the best.
Back there, Cool Oldies 1450. Lancers score on their first play from scrimmage. Middletown responds after a pick with a touchdown of their own, and it's 7-7 as the Knights getting set to kick off to the Lancers. Set back to return for Linganore is the Allens, Landon and Jeremy. 2 receivers and defensive backs. Ball goes over to the far side. It's Jeremy Allen coming up, taking it up on a bounce. He goes past him. He picks it up at the 20, tries to circle back up the middle, breaks a couple tackles, and finally pulled down by 2 or 3 white uniforms at the 21 where the ball originally bounced.
Just speed and strength all over the football field, Ryan. Just even the special teams, which sometimes you try to play some reserves. Wow, both teams.
Brody Summers, his second tackle today. He comes out and plays linebacker. And here comes the Lancers. Rare position for them. They've only given up, 2 scores over the past 3 weeks? I don't believe any of them were this early. It's not something that they face often. Already given up a touchdown 4 minutes into the game.
Yeah. I reluctantly say the closest game they've been in all year.
Doy turns and hands it off to Matthews, averaging 8 yards per carry. Goes up the middle for 4, maybe 5. A swarm of white jerseys lays on top of him. Looks like maybe number 5, Ryan Colby, was in on it.
Yep. It doesn't look like he got much, but with that good surge from that strong offensive line, it's a 5-yard gain.
Offensive line led by the right tackle, Kendon Bauer. He is getting offers from both Maryland and Indiana. He's 6'7" and plays right tackle. He's fun to watch. You can just look at him and how he stands out. Pass up the middle is caught by Landon Allen. He's got enough for a first down, gaining 8 or 9 on the carry. The tackle made by number 3, Ronan, his 6th tackle this year.
Yeah, good possession pass there. Just turn in front of the safeties who's playing about 12 yards deep. Move the chains.
Doy in the shotgun between the hash marks, 1st and 10 from the 37, 7-7 tie score. Doy out to the flat. It is caught by Matthews. Matthews working outside the numbers, now tries to cut back, and he's upended at the 40, gaining 6, bringing up a 2nd and 4.
Nice, safe passes for Coach Doyle, for the quarterback after that interceptions. Gain his confidence back.
Ryan McIlster making the tackle, so he's got a tackle, a pick, and a rushing touchdown. And now 2nd and 5, coming up on 7 minutes left in the first quarter. Like Coach Little said, Doy, good couple of passes, couple of nice plays to get his confidence back. Has 3 receivers near side. Gives to Matthews straight up the middle. Matthews running behind his center. He picks up the first to midfield and finally pulled down from behind, gaining 8.
Just so strong. Not a big guy. Low center of gravity. Just keeps the feet moving. Great vision. And a patient runner sometimes. You think these runners, they just go, go, go. He reads the play. He reads the blocks.
Got a fantastic line to run behind Isaac Ferrari. Great name for a lineman. Thinking maybe a receiver would have the name Ferrari. Lineman words too. He led the blocking. Doy lobbing it down the middle. He's got a man. It's a jump ball and intercepted. It popped out of the clutches of the defensive back. Number 4 was back there and broke it up for an incomplete pass.
And I don't have I think that was 8.
You're right. I think I'm misreading the number.
I think that was a combination of Clinton Lee and Britt Poffenbarger. Britt's playing free safety. Clinton Lee's playing cornerback. Now they take Britt out and put another defensive lineman in.
Pass was intended for Michael Merselling. He is number 4. He was sprinting up the middle, had space, maybe a bit underthrown. Handoff Matthews, covered by a swarm of white jerseys, only gaining 3, and it brings up a challenging 37 at the 47 of the Knights for the Lancers.
Landon Larzeski there at the bottom of the pile.
An important early play for both these teams, I think, Coach. 6 minutes in. 3rd and 8 from the 48. Lancers have to reach the 40. First play on 3rd down for the Lancers today. David Doy in the shotgun, 3 receivers, right side, 1 up top, and 4 down linemen for Middletown. The crowd can sense the importance of this play. A little bit of anxiety. Defensive line jumps off sides. And encroachment is the call. It's not going to be a first, but it makes it a 3rd and short for the Lancers.
So in that 3rd and long, Middletown brought in Britt Poffenbarger back in to play kind of like a nickel, 5 defensive backs. Now he goes off and a defensive lineman comes in, as Linganor also changes packages, brings a fullback and tight end in this 3rd and short.
You would suspect a run here. 2 receivers up top, including the top target, Chase Perry, in the slot. Back behind the quarterback, Doy, is Matthews. Doy the snap. He gives it to Perry off the end around, and he is hit in the backfield. No fooling the Knights defense. Perry loses 2, and it brings up a 4th and 5. Ryan McIlster again from his safety spot, making his 3rd tackle.
Yeah, and I'm going to give William Ackingbade a lot of kudos on that play. He kept it inside on the jet sweep, tried to get around the edge, turned it up, McClister there to clean it up, and forces a rare Linganor punt.
Under 5 minutes left to go first quarter. Linganor is going to punt it. There's a snap. There is a punt. Low line drive back to return at the 10. Working horizontally to the 15. Trying to cut back and pull down at the 14 was the returner. It was number 11, William Ackingbade. He's also a tight end. Didn't get very far.
Good coverage again by the specials team. Credit Jacob Shipley there to make the play.
Now the Knights find themselves in a spot, a chance to get the lead. We're tied at 7, 4:37 left to go. Knights taking over for the first time with a tie game. After Linganor scored on the first play from scrimmage, a 65-yard touchdown pass from Doy to Perry. Knights came back, scored on their drive, a 2-yard run by McIlster. Now Poffenbarger goes to work off the right tackle. Quarterback keeper presses up the middle. He is a physical runner as a quarterback, 6'4", gaining 7.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach DeLauder on some of those runs just closes his eyes. But at that 6'4", 210, he really puts it in there. There's no sliding so far. Everything's been shoulders down, shoulders forward. Get as many yards as possible.
I'm sure the coach for Stony Brook, where he'll play next year, would like to see him maybe slide a few more times, but that is just not in the DNA of Poffenbarger. who has 250 rushing yards on the season. He snaps, looks right, passes in the slot, caught by Lee, racing up the far sideline, breaks his tackle, and he's off to the races. 40, 35, 30, foot race to the end zone, and nobody's got a touch. Clinton Lee for the touchdown.
80 yards. It was 5-yard pass, 75-yard run after the catch.
Clinton Lee, the Navy commit, his 5th touchdown of the year. Back-to-back scores for Middletown, and they lead 13-7. A shocked crowd looks at the star Lee race almost the length of the field for a touchdown.
There were defenders there. They didn't bring him down, and then it was Katie bar the door because Clinton Lee was going to the house.
Lee now over 500 receiving yards on the year. The extra point clearly through from Ryan Colby. We've got ourselves a back-and-forth game. 14-7, Middleton leading by a touchdown. 3:44 left to go in the first quarter. To cool oldies, 14-15.
I want to tell you about a hidden gem on the Golden Mile in Frederick, Bargain Bin. Bargain Bin is located on Waverly Drive off West Patrick Street behind the District 40 shopping mall. The name says it all. A bargain is when you pay less for something you usually pay more for. A bin is a large container with a bargain inside. Put the two together and you get Bargain Bin. Everything you need for less in an easy-to-find location. So what are you waiting for? Stop throwing your money away at those big box stores or online. Check out Bargain Bin today. Open 7 days a week. Bargain Bin has the brands you love at a fraction of the price. You'll discover something new every time you go there. It's like stumbling over a gold mine on the Golden Mile. See what your friends are saying about Bargain Bin on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Bargain Bin, the secret is out. Shopping has never been easier, more fun, and more affordable. Bargain Bin is a proud sponsor of the Timinator mid-morning weekdays from 9 to noon.
Lancers take over in a rare spot. They're down 14-7. The kickoff is to the up back. He fields it awkwardly at the 30. Looked like he was trying to run up the field and then got pushed back to the 27. I think forward progress will have him at about the 29. So Lancers down 14-7. You know there's no worry in this offense the way they can score, but it's still a tough spot to be. Rare position to be losing a football game.
Right now, the bounce in the step is on the side of Middletown Knights.
Sure.
They are fired up. Yeah, and Linganore in their first game of the season was in a back-and-forth one with Mervo. Ended up winning like 37-24 or something. So not unfamiliar territory.
2 of their last 3 games have ended in shutouts. They've really locked it in recently. Not tonight, though, as Matthews takes it right up the middle into the secondary. Hit by the safety and pushed back. Picking up 8, making it second and short.
Great execution there. Great play fake on the jet sweep. Little counter action in. And Bradley right up the middle in the vacated middle linebacker spot.
This secondary is really special for Middletown. The way they played so with McIlster, you've got Clinton Lee. It is the star players on offense really good at playing defense as well. Quarterback Doy in the shotgun, back behind him is Matthews. Doy claps his hands, turns, hands off to Matthews. Thought about keeping it. Matthews juts back to the middle, spins to the 45 and tossed down to the 46. An extra burst of speed from Bradley Matthews, showing off his agility.
Yep. Brody Summers had to wrestle him to the ground. And it's going to be a long night for the Knights if the linebackers and defensive backs are making all the tackles in the run game.
The front 5 for Linganore is so special. We mentioned him, led by Kenton Bauer, maybe one of the best linemen we'll see this season. He's getting looked at by 2 Big Ten teams, Maryland and Indiana, 6'7" on that right side. Doy, shotgun. Behind him is Matthews. Receiver split either side. Doy takes a snap, fakes the handoff, passes up the middle. Carbon copy, play of the touchdown. This time Middletown's ready. Makes the tackle after a 9-yard pickup at their own 45.
Yep. Nice pickup on first down on that slant pattern.
Perry's second reception, the first one for a 65-yard touchdown to open the game. Since then, Middletown's come back with 2 scores. They lead 14-7, 2 minutes left first quarter. Plenty of action as Doy's in the shotgun, far hash mark. Back behind him, Matthews. Already a couple nice carries on this drive. Turn, handoff, Matthews up the middle, bottled up behind the line, losing 3. Fantastic penetration from the Knights front 4.
Landon Hufkinson there, along with a few other teammates. Loswingo Rowan. So it was second and about a foot. Now it's third and a little over a yard.
Hufkinson has nearly 4 sacks and multiple tackles for a loss. 6'2" senior right in the middle, making the play for Middletown. Now third and short from the 45-46. Lancers need to reach the 43. They give it to Matthews to get the job done, and he does. Second effort, he's pushing the feet. Crowd gets behind him. Pile still moving all the way down to the 30. Bradley Matthews with his big offensive line acting as an anchor, pulls it all the way to the 30-yard line.
I haven't seen a scrum like that since I've been up at the Mount Rugby game. Wow, what a push forward, and Matthews refusing to go down.
So all those swats come into play in the weight room. Paying off there for Matthews. Clock ticking, under a minute left to go. Ball went down to the 31. The official may have stopped things to get the line set. There it is. They had to move the chains, and it's 1st and 10 from the 31. Snap, turn, looking right, fake,
Double
now
move,
rolling
nice.
left. Nice little double move.
Oh, wow.
Pull back off to the far side, into the open field, 15-10. Beats the defender down the left side and knocked out of bounds at the 7. David Doy all the way down to the 7-yard line.
Ball fake over here to Chase on the double move. Pulled it down because Middletown was defending that out pattern and then the down pattern very well. Doy saw that nobody was on the left side, took off. We got 1st and goal at the 6 for the Lancers.
Lancers try to tie it down by a touchdown approaching the end of the first quarter. Doy shotgun, turns, Matthews
There
off
it
the left
goes.
tackle, has space, and into the end zone for a touchdown. Lancers an extra point away from tying the game. 6-yard run for Bradley Matthews, number 18 this season. Special player is Matthews. As soon as he touched it and saw that hole off the left side, following Kenton Bauer and Jeremiah Nixon. That was Dylan Schoen leading the way, their left tackle. Matthews, easy run in. And now the extra point, the kick getting set to come here to even the game. And we are square at 14 apiece as Aiden Marsh knocks it through. Good response from Linganore to tie it at 14, 18 seconds left in the first quarter. Plenty of action tonight on Cool Oldies 1450.
Serving our community for over 50 years with quality service at a fair price, Brownie's Auto Repair employs only ASE certified technicians. Brownie's is one of only 33 shops in the state of Maryland designated as an ASE Blue Seal of Excellence repair facility. They want to help you maintain your vehicle in a manner that keeps it trouble-free and fun to drive. Stop by today. That's Brownie's Auto Repair, located on Frederick Street in Walkersville, a proud sponsor of high school athletics.
Even at 14, as we approach the end of the first quarter, the 6-0 Lancers kicking off to the 5-1 Knights. Fun game so far. Now the Knights try to keep it moving after a early interception from Poffenbarger, a rare one from him, back-to-back touchdowns. And a flag comes out on the kickoff. It looks like it's going to be offsides on Linganore. Rare penalty tonight. It's been a clean first quarter, too, along with the great play.
I think that's the first yellow flag we saw on the field tonight.
Comes on a rare time on special teams, so this means the kickoff will come from the 35-yard line. Maybe a chance for Middletown to get good field position as Clinton Lee, the very speedy receiver who took one to the house from what was about 75 yards. On the last drive, he's back to return in the middle of the field. Now he'll rotate with his teammate. That is Eddie Quinn, who moves to the middle. Lee on the near right side. There's 3 players back to return. The kick is going to go to Quinn. He drops back and takes to the 10. Now 15-20. Looking to run off the far hash mark. Cuts back. Jumps over one blocker. Lands and is tackled at the 32.
Good coverage by the Lancers. Stayed in their lane, but decent field position. That's credit number 11, Parker Stum, with the tackle.
So Middletown, 2 touchdowns, 1 from Ryan McLister. That was a 2-yard run. And then Clinton Lee, the Navy commit, from 75 yards out. Most of that was his doing after the 5-yard catch. Ran it for about 2/3, a little more than 2/3 of the football field for the score. 14-14, 12 seconds left first quarter. Puffenberger already a passing touchdown. Fakes the handoff, passes near side. Caught by Bornowski, who had 2 touchdowns last week. Tackled quickly at the 36 as he was wrapped up right away.
Nice first down gain. Sets up the 2nd and 5 situation, and that's the end of the first quarter.
We'll catch our breath. 28 total points between 2 of the top teams in the area. Linganore 14, Middletown 14 after 1. On the Frederick County Sports Connection and Cool Oldies 1450.
And it's one of the oldest forms of transportation. Travel by train. Yes, consider traveling around the United States on Amtrak. Traveling by train is a lot less of a headache than taking a plane. And you'd be surprised how many places you can go on an Amtrak. And there's no passports or IDs needed. Find out how to get where you're going as soon as tomorrow by train. Call the Amtrak Travel Hotline right now. We'll book your trip and email your tickets within minutes. Skip the drive to the airport and skip the lines. Call right now to book your Amtrak reservations. We service most of the United States.
Back here in Cool Oldies 1450 as we start the second quarter. It's 2nd and 4 as the Middletown Knights working tie with Linganore. Pass goes up the middle to McLister, the running back. On the slant pass, goes off his fingertips. A bit high there on the pass from Poffenbarger. Incomplete at midfield. Brings up 3rd and 4 from the 37. McLister rushing touchdown. That time, though, couldn't pull it in on the catch there.
Yeah, Linganore has switched to a 4-man defensive front. Try to spread things out and slow down this passing game a little bit.
That's after Middletown scored 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. Not something you see from a Lancers defense, who has shut out 2 of their past 3 opponents. 3rd and 4, big play here for both teams. Knights, Poffenberger, snap, rolling right, pass to the sideline, caught by Borowski. Down the sideline, he breaks 1 tackle, then pushed out by a gang of Lancers at the 45 of Linganore. And on 3rd down, the Knights come through with a 15-yard pickup.
Yeah, a little turn-in pattern, and then Borowski with a nice straight arm to fend off the Linganore defender. Scampers down the sidelines into Lancer territory.
Bradley Matthews with the tackle. The running back, also secondary player. Or pardon me.
Yeah, it was either 2 or 9. Let's see if I think that was Logan Thomas. Came over from his free safety position.
Here's Poffenbarger getting set. He's the quarterback in the shotgun. Snap, fakes the handoff, passes near side. Oh. It's deflected, incomplete. Knocked down by number 42 on the play there.
Yep, from his linebacker positions, out into the flats, got into the passing lane, reached up, knocked that one away.
So 2nd and 10 from the 45, 11:21 left to go in the second quarter. Middletown 14, Linganore 14. Both teams big offensive first halves. Knights more methodical on this drive. Already picked up a first down on 3rd down. Now face 2nd and 10 from the 45. 3 receivers left side, back to the left of Poffenberger's McKilster. He breaks to the outside, pass in the flat. It's over the head of McKilster, incomplete, bringing up 3rd and 10.
Try to set up a little bubble screen there to the inside of the 3 receivers on the left side to the wide side. Just a little too tall. McClister's not the tallest young man on the team. They list him at 5'11", but I'm not sure about that.
Needed to be at least 6'2", 6'3" to make that play. And now a 3rd and 10 from the 45. Once again, another 3rd down for Middletown around midfield. Big for the Lancers to try to get off the field on this play. Poffenberger, 3 receivers left. Back McIlster, 2 is left. 1 receiver by himself right. Poffenberger rolling left, looking back right, whips it down to Lee. Lee in the back of the end zone, incomplete as he fell to the ground, being flanked by the defensive back. Nice work on his part to make that a tough catch opportunity for Lee.
Yeah, that was a pretty well-placed football. Clinton Lee just not able to bring it in the end zone.
That might have been Bradley Matthews there for Linganore, helping out defensively.
No,
I got
not
that
to
number
correct you,
correctly.
Ryan. He does not play defense.
Okay, all right, yeah.
So that's number 9, the cornerback.
Gotcha. That was Logan Thomas. Thank you there, Coach.
Yep.
Was trying to read that number. So Thomas, the defensive back, making the nice play. So a punt coming up here for Middletown from the 45. There's the snap. Here comes the kick. It's a high one. Back to the 10. That's where it bounces. Takes a nice high hop and rolls down to the 5 where it's scooped up by the returner,
Whoa.
who's hit immediately, maybe gaining 2 or 3. And the Lancers take over from the 8.
Yeah, quarterback turned punter Britt Poffenbarger, a nice little pooch kick, bounced at the 10-yard line. The returner for Linganore saw that it was not going to roll in the end zone, and high-risk play scooped it up. Makes more of my hair gray.
Chase Perry picking it up. I guess if you want a guy to try to make a play there, would be Perry, their star receiver, who already has a touchdown. In fact, both teams' top targets, Chase Perry for the Lancers and Clinton Lee for the Knights, both have long touchdowns. And we are even at 14, just under 11 minutes left to go first half. 2 teams who played 12 games combined, only 1 loss this season. Handoff up the middle. It goes to Matthews. He breaks it out to the left side and is tackled after getting 5 or 6.
Yeah, meant to be a kind of off-tackle power run, bounced it outside. McClister there to wrap him up around the ankles, falls forward for a 5-yard gain.
Clock ticking, 10:35 left to go, second quarter, 5-yard pickup. We're tied at 14. As Doy, the quarterback in the shotgun, ball down to about the 15. He looks to the sideline, gets his signal from the coaching staff, and now comes set with a pair of receivers to the right side. 4 down linemen for Middletown, faking the sweep, passing to the right, and incomplete and picked off. It's picked off. Returning it on the other side is the defensive back. He gets down towards the pylon and knocked out of bounds at the 4. Didn't get the number on who
19,
made the pick.
19.
So that was Nathan Borowski, who scored 2 touchdowns last week as a receiver. It's the 2nd interception tonight of David Doy. He had only 1 pick on the year coming into this game, and now Middletown is knocking on the door.
Yeah, he just a little overthrown on the end pattern. Borowski just happened to be in the right spot as that ball hit him in the stomach. I'm not even sure he saw it till it was on top of him, but he was able to bring it in, maintain his feet, and then all the way down to the 2-yard line.
Down to the 2, quickly breaking huddle in the I formation. The quarterback, Poffenberger, and they don't get the play off. Looks like it's blown dead.
Did they not have it blown ready for a play?
No flag came down.
Yeah, no flags, just a whistle.
Knights try to hurry it up, and they could. It looks like the officials may not have been set.
The Knights offense was faster than the referees.
So now Middletown, still first and goal from the 2, 14-14, trying to take the lead. 5-1 Knights, 6-0 Lancers, 2 of the best teams in the area, and it's been a fun first half. The Knights 2 interceptions of David Doyle. McKilster and Borowski both have picks. And now Poffenberger under center. Turns, fakes the handoff from McKilster. Rolls left, now back right, flush out of the pocket. Racing to the pylon. He's going to win that race against the defensive lineman. In for the touchdown. And it's 20-14. Knights back on top.
Yep, that was going to be a pass play, a little play action to the power set. Good defense by Linganore, but then they didn't keep containment on the backside, and Britt's just too fast. Defensive lineman cannot track him down.
Third rushing touchdown for Poffenbarger. Massive first half. One passing touchdown, now a rushing touchdown. Had 9 touchdowns over the past 2 games entering the day for the Stony Brook commit. As the extra point is easily through, Ryan Colby knocks it in. And the Knights are back on top by 7 with 9:54 left to go in the first half. The Cool Oldies 14-50.
You have a list of things. None of those things say wander around a warehouse looking for somebody to help you, or walk out not knowing if you got exactly what you need. Nope, you have a list of things, and Ace has them, from the brands you trust. We also have people who ask the right questions to make sure you get everything you need. Because at Ace, we have our own list, and great service is at the top.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Head over to Cousins Ace Hardware today. Located on North Church Street in Thurmont, Cousins Ace Hardware is a proud sponsor of high school athletics on the radio.
Under 10 minutes left to go in the first half, and it's 21-14. The Knights leading the Lancers of Linganore. Linganore getting set to return. Here it is. Kick is back to the 5. Returner running up the middle, and he breaks a couple tackles all the way up to the 40 and pulled down at about the 42. It was, I believe, Landon Allen on the return. What'd you get there for a number, Coach?
I did have Landon Allen also on the return. You're exactly right. Boy, that big hole right up the middle, and Landon hit it quick. Set the Lancers up. Great field position at the 40-yard line.
So Allen puts the Lancers at their own 40. Under 10 minutes left in the first half, trying to respond to that Middletown touchdown. Down by 7, and once again a rare spot for the Lancers to be trailing in a football game. They've shut out 2 of their past 3 opponents. You look at some of the numbers, they are eye-popping for the Lancers.
Middletown timeout.
Yeah, so Knights take a timeout. The Lancers have outscored their opponents 256-54 this season. They haven't been down too often, but they trail 21-14 Middletown. And look, we've been keeping track of their scores. We've watched them from time to time. They're a really good football team.
Yeah, super strong. Max Prep does a little ranking of the teams in the state in each classification based on record, strength of schedule, and stuff like that. They have Middletown ranked 30th in the state of Maryland in their 2A, 1A classification. Middletown's 3rd. Linganore in Maryland is ranked number 11 in the entire state. The number 2 ranked 3A team in the state. So, yeah, both very, very good teams. You know, we're all hoping as a Frederick County radio station that we can follow some of these down to the Naval Academy.
Well, when you bring up those rankings, top 4 in their classes, there's a solid chance. I think both teams will make a deep run of the postseason.
Yep.
Lancers now working right to left. Down 21-14 from the 40 as they start the drive with David Doyle taking the snap, handing to Matthews, and he breaks free outside the hash mark, now out to the numbers near side, 35-30, tries to tighten up the sideline, breaks a couple tackles, jumps past another, pulled down from behind at the 10. That's the Bradley Matthews run we were looking for as he busted it to the outside and tightrope the sideline to pick up about 50 on that play.
And it looked like a gymnast jumping over defenders, straight on them 57 yards from the line of scrimmage for Bradley Matthews.
Big pickup for Matthews all the way down to the 9, so just like that, The Lancers are inside the 10, first and goal from the 9. Matthews behind the quarterback, Doy. Doy holds his hands hip high, snap, turns, hands off Matthews, straight up the middle, into the secondary, lowers the shoulder, into the chest of the tackler, pulled down at the 3.
Just straight up the A gap between the right guard and center. Just great push, great block, and he's listed 5'9", 195 pounds, but boy, that's 195 pounds of muscle.
The strategy here is hand the ball off to Matthews as Doy in the shotgun. Waits, snaps, turns, Matthews in the middle, behind the center, lowers his shoulder and is down at the 1.
Yep, nope.
No, he's in. Matthews is in. Late call from the officials. Touchdown Bradley Matthews, just barely in behind his center. Isaac Ferrari for the score. And now it's 21-20. Ligador an extra point away from tying it.
Same A-gap run. I think the referees just couldn't find him under the pile of offensive and defensive linemen.
I saw the far official, if I got this correct, held up a hand like he was short, and the near side referee comes in and held up the 2 arms for a touchdown. So it is a touchdown. Extra point coming from the kicker, Aiden Marsh, and that is through. If you wanted scoring, you have come to the right place. A barn burner, a back and forth race tonight. 21-21, 8:43 left to go in the first half on Cool Oldies 1450.
Catoctin Mountain Massage is a very special sanctuary nestled among the mountains of northern Frederick County. It is a collaboration of people who care about your well-being, both physically and emotionally. Massage, healing arts, aromatherapy, and yoga. Catoctin Mountain Massage can transform your daily life. Stressed out, chronic pain, injury, Catoctin Mountain Massage understands you and your needs. Catoctin Mountain Massage is looking for trained therapists in the healing arts. If you care about people like we do, we would love to have you join our team. Just contact us on our website, catoctinmountainmassage.com. That's catoctinmtnmassage.com. And don't forget, Colorfest is just around the corner.
Middletown's turn on offense. Seems like whoever gets the ball is scoring within about 5 plays. 21-21, 8:43 left in the first half. Here's the returner. It's it's Lee. He's hit high, spun to the ground at the 26. Lee took a shot to the stomach on the return, and the Knights start at their own 26.
Landon Russell there with a solid tackle of Clinton Lee.
Lee already has a huge receiving touchdown. It put the Knights up 14-7. The Lancers have come back to even it at 21. The Knights, after an early interception, have scored on every drive in this game. 8:39 left. Trying to put the pressure on the Lancers. It'll be Middletown receiving it first in the second half. The Knights are 5-1. Lancers 6-0 and 2-0 at home. What a night for high school football. Temperatures in the 50s as a timeout is called by the Knights.
Personnel situation by Middletown. They had to call a timeout, their second timeout.
This feels like a mid-October high school football game. Lights turned on, cool temperatures, not cold, but cool in the 50s, and 2 great football teams.
Yeah, it's like picture perfect weather. Both these teams really great community support.
2 great teams led by Britt Poffenbarger, who already has a passing touchdown. So does David Doy. 2 offenses that have a lot of similarities. Really reliable running backs as quarterbacks who are typically major difference between touchdown to interception ratio. And then 2 phenomenal targets on the outside. And it's played out tonight.
Yeah, and when you have great athletes playing defense, sometimes you force the quarterbacks to do things they're not comfortable with. And they throw that ball a little bit high, and 3 interceptions already tonight.
That's what I think is getting overlooked tonight. There's a lot of big plays between the touchdowns and picks. Out of the timeout, Middletown. Pass up the middle from Doy. Coming up and making the catch is Borowski. He spun down after picking up 7. It's actually the running back Ryan McLister out of the backfield making the play up the middle.
Yeah, that had him in a trips formation. He just came down and slipped in between the linebackers. And then we have a Lancer limping off the field. Andrew Thomas comes off. We'll keep an eye on that.
Hopefully Thomas is okay. Valuable player for their defense. So Poffenberger, a completion on first down for 5 yards. 2nd and 5, under 8 left to go first half. We're tied. Poffenberger shotgun. As the back, McLister comes in motion from left to right. Poffenberger looks to his right where Lee's at. Now looks down the field where McLister's at. Goes back right to Lee. Makes the catch. Jukes one defender. Hit shoulder high out of bounds after picking up 7 and moving the chains.
I love the design of the play. What they do is they block to contain so Britt can roll out. They run a receiver deep. And then if that's not open, Britt looks to run, or then he has Clinton Lee there as a safety valve to pitch it to. Quite the combination.
It's a great benefit when you have a running back like Ryan McLister, who has over 20 catches, so comfortable going down the field to receive the ball as a running back.
Yep. Moves the chains. First down, Middletown.
Poffenberger, the snap, rolling to his left, has 2 blockers in front of him, but no space, trying to go back right. Sumo wrestled to the ground by Landon Allen.
Landon stayed at home on the backside. Britt took the snap, started to run to the left side, the strong side, saw that it was pretty much bottled up, came back to the right. Landon was there.
Landon Allen, his 5th tackle for a loss this year.
Couple scores real quick. Oakdale 20-7 over Walkersville in the second quarter. Thomas Johnson at half 13-0 over Tuscarora.
Wow. Middletown taking their time in the huddle. 2nd and 13, 6:40 clock moving. Only 7 seconds left on the play clock as Poffenberger breaks huddle in the road white uniforms. To his right of McLister. 1 second on the play clock. Poffenberger gets it off under pressure. He just has to fall to the ground around the line of scrimmage. Poffenberger nowhere to go. Followed up by about 3 or 4 black uniforms.
And his 78. Calvin Ruck. And then Linganore makes some personnel changes on defense.
Now 3rd and 14, exactly 6 minutes left to go, second quarter. 21-21, Linganore trying to get off the field. Middletown working left to right. Poffenberger breaks huddle in the shotgun. 3 receivers split to the far side, empty to the right side. Poffenberger claps his hands once, now takes a snap, drops back for rush from Linganore. Poffenberger looking downfield, nobody open, flush to his right, still nobody open, tries to run it himself, now throws the last second, it's high, and picked off at the 40. Returning it is Logan Thomas into Middletown territory, down the left side, breaks a tackle, and falling on top up by 3 linemen as he's pulled down at the 32. A pickoff and a run back for Logan Thomas.
And another overthrown football that finds the hands of a defensive back. And then we have an injury right now. Linganore has a player down. Keep an eye on that.
The second pick today by Poffenberger. He's got 4 on the year. What is happening here between these 2 quarterbacks? Plenty of highlight reel plays, both sides of the ball. Touchdown passes, rushing touchdowns, interceptions. We have it all tonight on Cool Oldies 1450.
Love going on a cruise? Or have you always dreamt on going on the cruise vacation of your life? With dozens of cruise companies, who do you call to find the right vacation and deal for you? Now you can make one phone call and shop all the best deals on every single cruise line in the world. You can't get that by calling one cruise line. We have them all, with experts that know the ins and outs of every cruise ship and can tell you the best cruise for your vacation needs. Our cruise packages start at $149. Plus, we offer free internet, free guest packages, and cash back deals. So now is your chance to book the cruise of your lifetime. Call the cruise hotline right now and shop every single cruise line in the world. Here's the number. 800-514-9170.
Lance is going to work right to left, tied at 21 after the interception. Ball handoff to Matthews, breaks it out to the outside, down the sideline, breaks a tackle, and touched out of bounds after gaining 16 or 17. Matthews, Bradley Matthews starting to get the motor turning. Another big pickup for him.
I was just looking at things. We've had 6 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and 2 punts. And it's all evened out, right?
5:17 left. I think we saw the offense coming. It's the 4 interceptions, one by Andrew Thomas, who was injured in the last play. He's been worked on the sideline. Looks like he's okay, but we'll keep a close eye on him. This one goes to Matthews off the left side, breaks into the secondary, tackled ankle high as the defender drags him down around the 5. 9-yard pickup.
Boy, they off tackle and then right back to that A gap. And Middletown just does not have an answer.
On the near hash mark, Doy hands off Matthews. The linebacker was in the backfield ready to pull him down. Matthews kept his feet moving and fell forward for maybe a gain of 1, possibly 2, to bring up 2nd and 2nd and goal from the 3.
Edwin Yu, at the bottom of the pile for the Knights. Scoreboard has them at, 2-yard line.
So 2nd and goal from the 2 as Doy looks to the sideline. So does Matthews. We'll see entire offense facing the sideline. Now they turn back with 15 seconds on the play clock. Doy the shotgun. Matthews behind him trying to punch this one in and take the lead. Doy, snap, turns, handoff. Matthews up the middle and he leans forward.
Yep.
It's close and he's in for a touchdown. Back-to-back 2-yard rushing touchdowns for Bradley Matthews. Number 19 on the year. He's up over 1,000 yards on the season, and it's 27-21 with 4:21 left. Back-to-back scores for Linganore.
So both teams taking full advantage of the turnovers they create. Punching it in the end zone.
Out for the extra point is Aiden Marsh. He's a perfect 3 for 3. Make it 4 for 4. 28-21. 4:21 left, and now Middletown will have one more shot in this half and get the ball to start the second half when we come back on Cool Oldies 1450.
Center of Life Chiropractic has moved. That's right. Dr. John and his team have moved out behind his old office to the new office on 103 Park Avenue in Thurmont. You can still park in the back lot and walk across Park Avenue to his office. Center of Life Chiropractic is open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. To check out their schedule, go to centeroflife.us. Once again, that's centeroflife.us. Back pain, neck pain, rehab, and more. Dr. John is the best there is. Stop by Center of Life Chiropractic and get an adjustment to your life today.
Aiden Marsh kicks it off for Linganore. Deep kick caught in the near hash mark, and the returner races up the hash marks. That is Lee as he gets all the way up to the 27. Just feels like when Lee gets going, if he gets up to the top gear, watch out.
Yep. But again, just so many good athletes on the field. Offense, defense, special teams. It looks like there's some openings there, and then they close quickly. See if Middletown can answer those back-to-back touchdowns from Linganore.
Yeah, a pair of 2-yard rushing touchdowns from Bradley Matthews. Britton Poffenberger tossed an interception to Andrew Thomas on the last drive. He returned it down to about the 30. That set up the touchdown. Thomas went out momentarily. I think he's back in the game, though. Yep. Oh, here's Poffenberger. 1st and 10 from the 28. 4:15 left, down by 7 in the second half. Poffenberger looking left, now passes right, streaking up the field, turning and making the catch. Unreal pickup by Clinton Lee as he fell to the ground, was looking towards the middle, had to turn back to the sideline and pulled it in.
Yeah, when you're watching the NFL on Sunday, they call that the back shoulder throw. Clinton was getting turned around as he was kind of doing an in pattern. Somehow, with those great hands, be able to pull that one in as he was going to the ground.
This combination between Poffenbarger and Lee is special. The Stony Brook commit in Poffenbarger and Lee, he'll play for Navy next year. just pulled that in. Clock running at 3:45. Middletown trying to score because they get the ball first to start the second half. At midfield, 1st and 10 near hash mark. Shotgun Poffenberger. 3 receivers up top. Hands off McLister off the right tackle. Sprints outside the numbers. Down the right sideline. Past the first down. Dunks out of bounds at the 39. Apparently he went out of bounds before the first down marker at the 40. And 2nd and 2 coming up.
Good run there by Ryan off the right side. Little duck that shoulder in, pulled the defensive end in, and then he was able to bounce out and get the edge for that 9-yard gain.
Big crowd here at Linganore High School. The home stands almost completely full. I would say at least 75-80% on the big visiting bleachers. Under the lights, working left to right. The quarterback Poffenberger in the gun. Snap, fakes the handoff. Pass to the flat. It's caught at the 40. Receiver tries to break to the outside. It's Trey Wilkes making his first catch. Sidesteps down the numbers to the 34, and that is enough for a first down.
Yep. Clock clicking down towards 3 minutes. Middletown with 1 timeout, so time's not an issue.
Landon Allen made the tackle, his 3rd tonight. On the far hash mark at the 33. Poffenberger shotgun. To his left, McLister. 3 receivers near side. 1 up top. McLister rolls out to the right side. Poffenberger takes a snap, rolls right, passes from the flat, caught by Lee on the hash mark. Lee off the races, tackled hip high and pulled down at the 14.
Good patience there by Lee. He settled in an open zone, and he just stayed there. He realized how open he was. It took Britt a little bit to find him, but on the money, and then a little catch and run inside the 15, as you said, Ryan.
Logan Thomas, who had the pick, made the tackle. 1st and goal, or 1st and 10 from the 14. Misread the hash mark. 1st and 10 from the 14. Poffenberger shotgun on the near hash. 3 receivers up top and 1 down low. McLister to his left. Handoff goes to McLister. Nope. Poffenberger pulls it back. Picks up 2 or 3 as the 6'4" quarterback lunges forward. A couple players got tangled up on the far side of the field. No issue though, as Poffenberger picks up 4.
That read option, I think Britt rode Ryan for about 2 seconds before he pulled it. It's like, give me the ball, give me the ball.
I think McLister may have actually had it in his stomach for at least a good 4 or 5 steps. I thought he was keeping it.
Yep.
And then Piffenbacher pulled it back.
And that's actually a great play call by Coach DeLauder and staff. Really try to eat that clock up. You do not want to give Linganore much time with the football.
Under 2 minutes left, first quarter. Quick pass to the flat. It's Lee. Lee breaks 1 tackle down the sideline, leans forward and is pulled in finally at the 3 as he broke the tackle of the defensive back, Chase Perry. And you feel for Perry. He's known for being a receiver. He has to guard Lee as well. That's a tough night.
Both those young men do double duty, offense and defense. Great athletes.
Jumbo package coming in. Extra couple of tight ends with 1:42 left. Clock stopped. 28-21. Middletown trying to tie this game.
I'm surprised. I guess they called him out of bounds. I thought he was in. Power out right.
Power formation. Piffenberger hands off to the right side. Met in the backfield and pulled down for a loss is McLister. That time, Chase Perry in the backfield for the play.
And Coach Connor, seeing the time situation, calls a timeout. First timeout by the Lancers in this half.
Minute 31 left in the first half. 2nd and goal from the 5. Good call by Coach Connor. Maybe giving his offense a little extra time when they get the ball back. The question will be, will it be a lead of 4 points, 7 points, or will it be tied at 28?
Let's see if they don't keep the ball in Britt Poffenbarger's hand with some type of rollout or bootleg action. Let him get outside and make a play.
Already has 1 rushing touchdown tonight, 3 on the year. It's 28-21. What an exciting game so far, Coach Little. This has been one of the better games of the season, one of the better halves of this season between 2 elite offensive teams. And even though it's 28-21, the defenses have made some big plays.
Yeah, and that's what has balanced the scores. Both defenses coming up with big interceptions to set their offense up in great field position.
And their road whites, Middletown. Trying to tie it. The Knights down 28-21. Second and goal from the 5 after the run goes for a loss of 2. Poffenberger flips it out left side. McAllister running behind his left tackle. Cuts back in the hash marks. Stays on his feet. Hit at the 1 and pushed back. That's a hard hit as he was pushed back onto his own teammate on the far hash mark. Did pick up 4 and brings up third and a goal from the 1.
And Coach Connor and the Lancers' second timeout.
It's always scary when a player gets pushed backwards like that onto his own teammates. I think everybody's just fine, though.
You looked for a second there when he made that initial move, set that left foot in the ground and headed towards the goal line. There was an opportunity to score, but Lancers closed quickly and pushed him backwards.
So third and goal from the 1, 1:18 left, 28-21. Obviously, huge play right here. I think Middletown's going to probably take a couple shots at getting it in. Wouldn't be shocked if Poffenberger gets his number called.
Yeah. Use that big 6'2" frame. A little bit of aid from your running backs maybe. But I do see that Linganore has mass in there at that defensive front. 4 big defensive tackles.
Third and goal from the 1, far hash mark, power formation. Poffenberger, 3 backs behind him, no receivers, tight ends out. Poffenberger, McAllister, left side, tackled in the backfield. He lost a yard. Decision time for Middletown. Third and goal from the 2. And the Lancers will give them some time to think about it. They stop the clock with, is that their last time out there? Yes, it is.
Yes.
Their final one this half.
Ball's at the 2, left hash. Gives Britt, as a right-handed quarterback, a lot of room to roll out to this side if they choose that activity. When you got somebody like Clinton Lee, you know, you roll Britt out to the right with Clinton here in the corner of the end zone, make the defense make a decision.
You don't think they kick it here? You think
I do
Middletown?
not.
Okay,
The
they're
way
going
the
for it, yeah.
offenses are rolling, the way Linganore's offense is just so potent. If you're Coach DeLauder, you're going to the end zone.
Back-to-back tries to Ryan McAllister. No luck there. You have the option of Poffenberger to keep it. Only 2 yards out. I like where your head is there, though, Coach. Clinton Lee has been unstoppable tonight on the right side as a receiver. Already has 1 big touchdown.
Yeah.
We'll see if Poffenberger goes to him.
Yeah, even to match up with Chase Perry, Clinton Lee's listed at 6'3", Chase Perry 5'10".
Ball is on the far hash mark as both teams come back from the sideline. 1:08 left. Down by 7, Middletown trying to bring it in. Lee looks like on the very far side of the field. Poffenberger with McAllister in motion left to right. The snap. He's looking left. Passes up the middle. Jump ball to Lee, and he's in for a touchdown.
Actually, that was number 11 that came off the tight end.
Will Ackingbay.
Yep. The Hampton recruit.
So Ackingbay getting his first touch, and it is in the end zone for the score. I thought it was Lee for a second, but you're right there, Coach. Will Ackingbay, his second touchdown, just his 3rd reception of the year. He's known for being more of a blocking tight end. 2 of his 3 catches for scores. That's pretty good ratio.
Pretty efficient.
Yeah, it is. As the extra point getting set to come. Hold us down, kick is up, and we are tied at 28, 64 seconds for the Lancers to try to respond. This half has given us everything, and now it has given us the second touchdown from Ackingbay this year on Cool Oldies 1450.
Cool Oldies 1450 THU is the leader in high school sports broadcasting. Since 2008, we have broadcast more high school sporting events than any radio station in the 4-state area. Football, basketball, baseball, and softball. Regular season playoffs and state championships from Southern PA to Brunswick, the Western Mountains of Maryland to the Eastern Shore. Cool Oldies 1450 THU is number 1 in high school sports broadcasting.
Just over a minute left in the first half, 28-28. This has lived up to its billing and more. Linganore Lancers 6-0, Middletown Knights 5-1, two of the better teams in Frederick County. Squib kick to the near side. It's picked up by the up back, and he runs it to the 40. So the Lancers, not bad field position, just a hair under a minute left to go in the first half.
Yeah, number 77, Blake Tarleton, defensive lineman. I'm not sure he's used to handling the football, but he did that job quite well and got up to walk off the field.
The PA announcer, when he announced his name, had a question mark after it. He drew some chuckles from the crowd.
So you pick your poison here if you're Middletown Knights. Do you try to shut down the run or take away the big pass play? Because you know the short run can turn into a long run with Matthews in the backfield.
Matthews back-to-back short rushing touchdowns from 2 yards out. He's got a couple runs of 10 yards plus tonight. Matthews in the backfield. There's the snap. Matthews breaks left, looking right as Doy rolls to his right. Nobody open. Holds out his hands, telling his target to go down the field. He does, and he hits him in the chest. It's Michael Marcelli on the far side of the field. He ducks out of bounds at midfield, and it's close to a first down, bringing up a second and short from the 49.
And most importantly, out of bounds, because Linganore used all three of their timeouts this half to try to get themselves some workable time here after the Middletown score.
52 seconds left from midfield, tied at 28. Doy shotgun, claps his hands, takes the snap, 5 rush, straight up the middle, there's pressure. Doy rolls left, passes left, and it's caught on the near sideline by Allen. Allen down the sideline, breaks the tackle, 25, cuts back 20, stiff arm 15, pulled down at the 5 as Allen army crawled all the way to the 1 yard line.
Doyle bought himself a lot of time. Middletown Knights, great coverage downfield, but they lost track of Landon Allen, who had tons of green grass in front of him. Great play by the quarterback to stay composed and find the open receiver. 9th
reception for Allen this year. He's now up over 200 receiving yards. At the 1, Doy, shotgun, turns, hands off Matthews, off the left tackle, in for the touchdown. Lancers back on top with 20 seconds left first half.
Wow.
Linganore's offense, they're showing us why they have almost outscored their opponents by about 5 times this year. 256-54 by 200 points. Yep. They now have 34, about to probably be 35 in this first half.
And they average 42.7 points per game, and this is a great defense that they're scoring against.
The kick is through. It's 35-28. Now Middletown, the way this game is played, 20 seconds might be enough to maybe do something before halftime. And they do get the ball first to start the second half. We'll come back with the end of the first on Cool Oldies 1450.
Therapy Centers. Our goal is to provide you with a customized treatment plan using advanced physical therapy and occupational therapy methods and technology. With offices conveniently located in Thurmont and throughout Frederick County, Amber Hill Therapy Centers specializes in sports injuries and sports rehab, back pain, post-surgical rehab, and more. We accept all major insurance plans. Amber Hill Therapy Centers treats patients of all ages who receive care from our highly skilled therapists and staff. For more information on Amber Hill Therapy Centers, check out our website at amberhillpt.com. Amber Hill Therapy Centers, where the patients come first.
Aiden Marsh getting set to deliver the kickoff. Gallen is now leading the Lancers are by 7. 20 seconds left in the first half. 35-28. What a first half. As the ball goes over the head of the returner and rolls into the end zone, Gavin Schenkel lets it go. And is a touchback.
Yeah, automatic touchback in high school football. Good line drive. I think the Knights had kind of crept up a little bit, expecting maybe a squib kick. But I don't know if Linganore saw that and said, kick it over their heads. Either way, great play, Lancers.
So Knights have 20 seconds to score after the touchdown pass in their last drive to Will Ackingbade. A quick response from the Lancers. Let's see what quarterback Poffenbarger has up his sleeve, as Clinton Lee, who's been his top target, is off to the near side.
And one timeout Middletown has to work with.
Handoff goes to McLister, breaks it out to the outside the numbers, running horizontally, pulled down by the jersey after gaining 1 or 2. And
I do not see any indication. I believe Middletown's going to let it run out.
they will. Middletown will get the ball first to start the second half, down 35-28. What a first half between these two powerhouses. A combined 11-1, and we're seeing why. A lot of fireworks in that first half as we break and go to halftime on the Frederick County Sports Connection and Cool Oldies 1450.
American Legion Post 168 in Thurmont is amazing. Not only do they support local high school sports on the radio, but they have great food, great fun, and they constantly serve our community in so many ways. Check out their Facebook page, American Legion Post 168, to find out about their exciting events. And be sure to say thank you for supporting our local community. And don't you forget to say thank you every time you see them for their selfless sacrifice in military service to our country. Thanks, American Legion Post 168. We salute
Thurmont
you.
Country Kitchen. Home cooking in a down-home atmosphere. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Everyone eats at Thurmont Country Kitchen, conveniently located just off Route 15 on Water Street in downtown Thurmont. Stop by today and check out their mouth-watering chicken and waffles or one of their signature sandwiches piled high with fabulous fixins. And don't forget their legendary roasted chicken. Thurmont Country Kitchen. Let owners Rob and Sherry cook you a meal you won't soon forget. Thurmont Country Kitchen. We put the K in country because that's our style.
How can you measure the value of education-based athletics? Well, the value is in what makes it invaluable. That's because school sports aren't just about winning. They're about learning and growing. School sports aren't just about gaining trophies and accolades. They're about learning life lessons, bringing a whole community together, developing character and integrity, having coaches who mentor you, and teammates who become lifelong friends. And you can't put a price on any of that. That's what makes education-based athletics invaluable. Of course, when you participate in school sports, you want to win and become a better athlete, but the purpose is so much greater, becoming a better person. Support your local school sports programs. And if you have a student, encourage them to get involved.
This message presented by the NFHS and the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Back here in Cool Oldies 1450, the Frederick County Sports Connection. The Linganore Lancers, undefeated 6-0 in 3A. They lead 35-28 against the Middletown Knights, 2A, 3A team. They are 5-1. Two teams, great records this year, and it has been a wild game so far. Coach, help me out here. I lost track of the scoring.
Okay.
Give us the best recap that you can here between these two teams.
Two teams that are just moving up and down the field with ease, and I say that in quotation marks, against these super defenses. We've only had one punt by each team. We've had 2 interceptions thrown by these super quarterbacks for each team. The Lancers, with their 5 touchdowns, 4 of them by their running back Matthews. Most of those are short runs, but he set them up by super long runs. One was a 70-yard run that put it down inside the 5. Chase Perry, a long play on the first play of the game for a touchdown to count for the 5 touchdowns. Aiden Marsh, 5 for 5 on extra points. For Middletown, they have 4 different players score touchdowns. McLister has 1. Lee has 1 on that 80-yard catch and run. Poffenbarger has a touchdown, and then tight end
Will Ackenbade
had that touchdown reception right there before half that we thought would end the first half in scoring. And then Colby 4 for 4 on his extra points. So, wow, just we joked off the air. We did last night's game up at Smithsburg, Catoctin-Smithsburg, and it turned out a 14-6 game. I'm kind of an offensive coach. I like to see some scoring. I said, I just hope we have a little bit more scoring than we did last night in pregame. Wow, we have a full game's worth or two here in one half of football.
I think what stood out to me is so often we see the run set up the pass, and you pass on third down when you have to, maybe 3rd and 5 or 6. Both these teams are ready to pass as soon as they touch the ball with these two quarterbacks, and Poffin Barker and David Doy. Both have been slinging it, which has accounted for a lot of the yardage, also a handful of interceptions. It's been fun to watch these two offenses really let it air out, and when you have two elite teams like this, it just makes for an exciting game.
Yeah, and you know, if you think about, okay, you talk about halftime adjustments. Boy, I don't know. You know, if you're Linganore, can you put more on the pass defense? Because Middletown really hasn't been running the ball all that great. They run to set up the pass, whereas the other way around, you know, I should have said they run just enough to keep you honest, but they love to pass the football. And Linganore, of course, with the steady ground game, they'll run it. And when you expect it to be a 5-yard gain, Brady Matthews turns it into a 70-yard run. So, you know, you just got to, if you're Middletown, you get the ball here. You hope you take it right down and score, even things up, and then you're right back at it, back and forth.
I think I'm Middletown. I'm looking for Clinton Lee every chance that I get. He was special with that big receiving touchdown. But every time he touches it, whether it's the kickoffs or whether he's on the outside coming across the middle, he's a special receiver, the Navy commit. He and Poffin Barker have got great chemistry. It's fun to watch those two go to work.
Yeah, and what's impressive about Lee being so productive here tonight is he's being defended by a great athlete from the Lancers, Chase Perry. So, yeah, a lot of fun, a lot of great athletes, and I will be interested to see how, in the second half of the fourth quarter, how the endurance comes in, because Middletown has 30 men in uniform. I think Linganore has played over 30 different players throughout this first half alone. So that second half of the fourth quarter is going to really tell if Middletown can stay with this Lancer team.
Middletown will get the ball first to start this second half. It's 35-28 at the half. Linganore 6-0, leading Middletown, who's 5-1 by 7. We'll break it. When we come back, we'll have the second half here on Cool Oldies 1450.
This is Gary Bauer in Washington, D.C. with your end-of-day report sponsored by American Values. A 29-year-old man was arrested in Florida this week, charged with starting the Palisades fire in California. It was one of the worst wildfires in Los Angeles history. 12 people were killed. Thousands of homes and buildings were destroyed. The damage is at least $150 billion. It was an incredibly evil act, but most news reports aren't telling us much about the suspect. Why? Well, because he's another violent, death-dealing leftist. He is anti-Christian, anti-God, and probably demon-possessed. He burned the Bible and wrote that he felt liberated. Isn't that an interesting way to liberate yourself? Killed 12 people while burning their homes down. He supported Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. He hates Donald Trump. He's an eco-extremist worshiping the false god of climate change. He was furious that conservatives reject the extremism of the radical environmental movement. By the way, there's a long and growing record of radical green activists engaging in violence. In one of his social media posts, he took a picture of his own face and turned it into an image of a skull drenched with blood. I thought, why does that ring a bell with me? Well, the monster who recently murdered children at a Minneapolis church drew a picture of himself looking in the mirror with a demon as his reflection. So one leftist murderer sees himself as a demon, and another leftist murderer sees himself as a living skeleton dripping with blood. Sure sounds like spiritual warfare to me. The anti-Christian Marxist left has decided they want revolution, war, and violence. President Trump gets it, but powerful forces either don't get it or don't want you to wake up. This is Gary Bauer signing off from Washington, D.C. To support our work in American Values, visit GaryBauer.com.
Leonard Chess dies, but how? On today's Arnold Almanac with me, Jay Arnold. Next.
In a world where credit card companies have gone mad, one late payment, then the fees, then the interest, crushing your bank account.
No worries, you've got backup. We help folks like you crush credit card debt before it crushes you. No bankruptcy, no scams, just real solutions.
800-437-8216. That's 800-437-8216.
He's only 19 years old. He has a new, distinctive style. Elvis Presley.
1954, 2 weeks after his disastrous Grand Ole Opry appearance, Elvis Presley debuts on Louisiana Hayride, and the audience response is very enthusiastic. 1969, Leonard Chess, founder-owner of Chess Records, which nurtured the Chicago blues sound, discovered Chuck Berry and Billy Stewart, and whose sound influenced the Rolling Stones, among others, dies in Chicago of a heart attack 3 months after selling Chess Records. There is, however, conflicting information on where specifically he died. Some say he was sitting in his car, he was driving in his car, he died while showering, or was even a victim of foul play. Chess was 52. 2003, Simon & Garfunkel opens their reunion tour in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania with a bonus. They introduce their inspirations, the Everly Brothers, and all four continue singing together on several songs, including Wake Up, Susie, Wake Up, DJ 1976. Rick Dees and his Cast of Idiots, number 1, October 16, 1976.
Jay Arnold.
On Cool Oldies, 1450.
Fox News, I'm Sue Guzman. President Trump says the blame game continues in Washington as the government shutdown moves into day number 17. Fox's Chad Perkin reports.
Republicans say the government shutdown is because Schumer is scared of Ocasio-Cortez. But even though Ocasio-Cortez claims that Schumer has nothing to fear, Republicans are convinced that the left is in charge.
Here I am.
In the music world, mourning the death of Kiss guitarist and co-founder Ace Frehley. The legendary guitarist fell in his studio September. Citing sources, TMZ says he suffered a brain bleed and was on life support. Ace Frehley was 74. Lead singer Gene Simmons remembering him, calling him an essential and irreplaceable rock soldier during the most formative years of the band. America's listening to Fox News.
I'm John Schaefer. Former Baltimore police officer Daniel Hersl, convicted in the gun trace task force scandal, has died at 55. Released from federal prison in January due to terminal cancer, Hersl served 8 years of an 18-year sentence. He died October 5th in Kingsville after years of initially denying wrongdoing, but later apologizing. Hersl was portrayed by Josh Charles in HBO's We Own This City. Governor Wes Moore says furloughed federal workers can now ride MARC trains and commuter buses for free during the ongoing government shutdown. The announcement came at a Howard County Resources Fair where state agencies offered help with housing, food, and mental health services. Workers just need to show a federal ID, and Moore urged President Trump to return to the bargaining table, noting that while Maryland is helping, no state can fully replace federal support. Baltimore County will break ground next week on 2 major school projects. Towson High School will get a $288 million renovation and a new 5-story classroom wing with the ceremony Thursday morning. In Windsor Mill, construction will begin on a new $80 million Scotts Branch Elementary with groundbreaking set for Wednesday. Starting next week, tolls on I-895 will be collected using new overhead electronic gantries north of the Harbor Tunnel and on the Childs Street ramps. The Maryland Transportation Authority says the old toll plaza will be removed once the new Francis Scott Key Bridge opens. All lanes on I-895 will stay open, but drivers are reminded to follow speed limits and obey overhead signals. And a happy little painting by the late PBS host and artist Bob Ross is set to go up for auction in Towson later this month. Lot 1218 features a cabin by a lake surrounded by trees and will be part of Alex Cooper Auctioneers' October gallery auction. The painting goes on sale October 31st. I'm John Schaefer with the Maryland News Network.
Here's your local news for the Cool Oldies 1450 listening area. Tawnytown woke up this morning to learn of more bad news on the crime front when Carroll County Sheriff's deputies executed a search warrant on the residence of Dave Krieger and Lauren Stroop, who were living at 50 East Baltimore Street. Krieger was charged with possession with intent to distribute cocaine and fentanyl, and Stroop was charged with possession of cocaine. Both Krieger and Stroop were released on personal recognizance. In an unrelated traffic stop in Tawnytown that same day, Justin Park was arrested when K9 dogs alerted and police found fentanyl in his vehicle. Park was released on an unsecured bond. Fentanyl is a Schedule II narcotic and is responsible for many overdose deaths in our area. It is unclear why felons were released by the courts on personal recognizance and simple bond back to the streets. A first offense can carry up to 20 years in prison. Keep it tuned right here for late-breaking news weather and traffic on Cool Oldies 1450 THQ.
Good afternoon. This is Julio Flores. The Maryland football team lost for the first time this season. The Terrapins surrendered a 20-point lead in a 24-20 loss to the Washington Huskies. Malik Washington threw for 219 yards with a touchdown and an interception and ran in to score in the setback. Maryland is now 4-1 on the year and will be hosting Nebraska this week. The Navy football team won their first game of the Commander-in-Chief Trophy Series. The midshipmen beat Air Force 34-31 on Saturday. Blake Horvath threw for 339 yards and 3 touchdowns and rushed for a team-high 130 yards and another score. Eli Heidenreich caught 8 passes for 243 yards and all 3 touchdowns. Navy is now 5-0 for the second year in a row ahead of a road game against Temple. Week 6 of the college football season is in the books. Georgetown beat Morgan State 27-24 at home. And that's sports. I'm Julio Flores on the Maryland News Network.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams Super Sale.
Sports Day forecast.
Here's the Cool Oldies 1450 AM forecast. For tonight, clear and cool. Low 36. Friday, sunny with a crisp start. High 66. Friday night, mostly clear. Low 42. Saturday, mostly sunny and milder. High 70. Saturday night, partly cloudy. Low 50. Sunday, some sun with a chance of showers late. High 74. Chance for some showers Monday. From the Cool Oldies 1450 AM Weather Center, I'm Jackson Stevens.
To every referee, umpire, and judge in high school sports, we want to say, we see you.
We see everything you do for us that goes unnoticed.
We see the positive role models that you are.
We see the way you get unfairly criticized just for doing your job.
The truth is, we couldn't play without you.
So thank you for investing your time in us.
Thank you for protecting the integrity of the game, no matter what.
We hope you always know how much we appreciate you.
Because without you, this is just recess. It's not really a game.
Thank you for always making it possible for us to play the sports we love.
Want to serve the students in your community? Sign up to become an official at highschoolofficials.com.
Our local American Legion Post 168 in Thurmont is amazing. Not only do they support local high school sports on the radio, but they have great food, great fun, and they constantly serve our community in so many ways. Check out their Facebook page, American Legion Post 168, to find out about their exciting events. And be sure to say thank you for supporting our local community. And don't you forget to say thank you every time you see them for their selfless sacrifice in military service to our country. Thanks, American Legion Post 168. We salute you.
Serving our community for over 50 years with quality service at a fair price, Brownie's Auto Repair employs only ASE certified technicians. Brownie's is one of only 33 shops in the state of Maryland designated as an ASE Blue Seal of Excellence repair facility. They want to help you maintain your vehicle in a manner that keeps it trouble-free and fun to drive. Stop by today. That's Brownie's Auto Repair, located on Frederick Street in Walkersville, a proud sponsor of high school athletics.
Center of Life Chiropractic has moved. That's right. Dr. John and his team have moved out behind his old office to the new office on 103 Park Avenue in Thurmont. You can still park in the back lot and walk across Park Avenue to his office. Center of Life Chiropractic is open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. To check out their schedule, go to centeroflife.us. Once again, that's centeroflife.us. Back pain, neck pain, rehab, and more. Dr. John is the best there is. Stop by Center of Life Chiropractic and get an adjustment to your life today.
Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back after this important message.
Hawkins Landscaping, locally owned and operated for over 50 years. Winner 9 years in a row for the best of the best in Frederick County. Let our professionally trained staff of certified landscapers transform your yard from a dream to reality. Hawkins Landscaping specializes in elegant and inviting outdoor environments. If you're looking to create, upgrade, or revitalize your outdoor space, call Hawkins Landscaping today at 301-898-3615. That's 301-898-3615. Hawkins Landscaping. When you deserve the best, get the best.
We hope you're enjoying the game. Let's hear a special message from another one of our fantastic sponsors.
Thermont Country Kitchen, home cooking in a down-home atmosphere. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Everyone eats at Thermont Country Kitchen, conveniently located just off Route 15 on Water Street in downtown Thermont. Stop by today and check out their mouth-watering chicken and waffles or one of their signature sandwiches piled high with fabulous fixins. And don't forget their legendary roasted chicken. Thermont Country Kitchen. Let owners Rob and Sherry cook you a meal you won't soon forget. Thermont Country Kitchen. We put the K in country because that's our style.
On the go, on the radio, on your mobile device. Listen to cool classic oldies and great high school sports at WTHUradio.com.
We are getting set for the second half. It's been an exciting game, to say the least. 35-28, Linganore leading by 7 at the break against Middletown with Coach Rick Little on Cool Oldies 1450 in the Frederick County Sports Connection. I'm Ryan Pierce. What a fun first half, Coach. Now we see what the encore is going to be from these two teams.
Wow. And first serve goes to the Middletown Knights as they will receive the second half kickoff. And, you know, the way this is going back and forth, if Middletown does not score, gives the ball back to the Lancers, that could be the end of the evening.
It feels like whoever has the ball has more pressure because they have to get in the end zone to stay on track. Linganore and their star running back, Bradley Matthews, 4 rushing touchdowns. Just seems like every time he touches it, he's going to go for at least 10, 15 yards. So it puts pressure on Middletown and their offense, anchored by their quarterback, Britton Poffenbarker, and Clinton Lee, their star receiver, who's back. And he will take the return on the near hash mark of the 15, goes back middle, 20, 25, 30, breaks one tackle, falls into the arms of the tackler at the 34, the near hash mark, and working left to right of the Road Whites. That is where the Knights take over to begin half number 2.
Let's credit Max Motes on the tackle there for the Lancers kickoff team.
From the 34, under the lights. Pressure already on Middletown. They know the offense of Linganore. They have to try to keep up with it with a touchdown here.
Yep. Feel like I need to do my stretches just to keep up with these guys and up and down the field.
The crowd has settled in after a high-energy first half. We're ready to go. Working left to right. Poffenbarger in the shotgun. To his left is McLister. 3 down linemen now. 4 in the 4-3, or rather 3-4 for Linganore. Pass straight to the middle, and it's caught by Wilkes. His second catch into the secondary. Falls forward to midfield with the defender on his back. Landon Allen the tackle, and a 19-yard pickup.
And quickly, just like that, they are into Lancer territory. Just settling in that open zone behind the linebackers in front of the defensive backs.
Directly between the hash marks on the red L at midfield. Middletown down to 5-7 to start the second half. Poffenbarker with his 5-1 record threw 2 picks in the first half along with a couple passing touchdowns. Also ran one himself. The snap keeps the ball off the right side. May have wanted to hand it off. It was disrupted in the backfield by the defensive lineman for Linganore. And Poffenbarger got back to the line of scrimmage, maybe picked up half a yard.
Zachary Reed, that's the second time we've called his name, and disciplined at the defensive end, maintaining containment of the quarterback on that run option.
So Reed hit Poffenbarger, who fell forward. 2nd and 10, under 11 minutes left, just underway in the third quarter. Down by 7. Middletown working left to right. Fun Frederick County matchup. Poffenbarger in the shotgun. Back to his right is McLister, who had a rushing touchdown in the first half. Now he rotates to his left. 2 receivers up top, 2 down low, including Clinton Lee. Poffenbarger the snap, has some time. Now flushed out to his left, running to his left, looking down the field, whips it down the sideline, leaping up and pulling it in is Eddie Quinn. He turns and runs down the far sideline. It's knocked out of the 27. Nice job by Quinn to recognize Poffenbarger, and Bretcher came back and made the catch.
And again, good patience by Poffenbarger as he scrambled out, kept his eyes downfield. There was a conference by the referees over on the far side. And they're waving, saying first down Knights. No flags on the field, so we'll play on.
22-yard pickup to the 27. Middletown down by 7, 35-28, 10-24 left, third quarter. First drive of the second half. In a first half that saw 9 touchdowns between the two teams. Middletown trying to even this one up with Poffenbarger on the far side. Far hash mark in the shotgun. He's only passed so far. McLister to his right. This is a fake to McLister. Fakes the pass. Dumps off McLister in the flat. Throws it in front of him. McLister off and running. Breaks a tackle to 10. Behind the blocker. Into the end zone for a score. Off the pass in the flat from Poffenbarger. McLister taking off down the sideline and punching it through.
McLister out of the backfield, unaccounted for by the Lancer secondary. Poffenbarger bakes deep. He knew he had Ryan on that flat pattern the entire time. Hit him, and then Ryan did the rest.
So Middletown, in a minute and 45 seconds, they score an extra point away from tying the game at 35. Snap, hold, kick is through, and we are tied at 35 after the extra point from Ryan Coolby. So the Knights waste no time to even this game. 10-15 left to go, third quarter. 35 even on Cool Ole's 1450.
Anytime Fitness is the perfect way to stay in shape. From either home or work, Anytime Fitness at Thermont is always close by, and they're open 24/7. They can tailor a personalized training program to fit your workout needs. Anytime Fitness can also fashion a membership and payment plan that will be flexible enough for your on-the-go lifestyle. You'll love the 24-hour co-ed fitness center with state-of-the-art equipment designed to sculpt and tone you into shape. And when you're away from the Thermont area, your membership guarantees you access to any of the over 1,000 clubs worldwide. Visit us at 130 Frederick Road to start your program today. Now you can stay healthy anytime with Anytime Fitness.
Okay, let's see what Linganore does. They get the ball tied 35-35. Split kick to the far side of the field. It's fumbled. It's on the turf. Who picked it up? And it's going to stay with the Lancers. They catch a break at the 25.
That ball was bouncing around a little too close for comfort there. Return deep back. Brooks Hart finally fell on top of it.
Lancers take over at their own 24, 1st and 10, their first drive of the game. We're tied at 35. Their offense dominated that second quarter. 4 rushing touchdowns in the first half for Bradley Matthews. Now has 21 on the year. Matthews starts off behind his quarterback, Doy. Turn, handoff, Matthews off the left tackle. He's into the secondary, cuts back to the near hash mark. He's got the first down, lowers the shoulder and spins to the 35, picking up 11.
So dangerous. So patient, but then explosive. And then if it's a defensive back taking on Bradley. It's a tough night for the Middletown defensive backs.
Matthews had a quiet, maybe first drive, and since then he's been pretty tough to stop. He's a special running back, averaging nearly 9 yards per touch this year. Comfortably up over 1,000 yards on the season. He entered the game needing just 4, easily eclipsed that in the first half with 4 touchdowns to go along with it. Doy, shotgun. Matthews behind him. 3 receivers up top and 1 down low. 6 in the box for Middletown, and this time they stuffed Matthews at the line. The Knights were ready for it.
Yep. 5 men at the line of scrimmage for the Knights, and they just pinched in on that inside dive. Held Bradley to 1 yard gain.
Cooper Kefauver came up to help make the tackle. Landon Hofkinsing was also there. Now 2nd and 9 from the 35. Tied at 35, start of the third. Shotgun, Doy. Behind him's Matthews. Doy the snap, 4 rush. Has time. Rolls right, looking down the field. He's got 2 targets. Neither open. Doy whips it deep down the right side. Incomplete. The nearest player was probably the defensive back, Ryan Coolby.
Yep. I'm not sure that was an intentional, unintentional throwaway, but Colby looked like he had an opportunity at first to get his hands on that one.
Now 3rd and 9, an important 3rd and 9. As Middletown tries to get the defense off the field, they score a touchdown, and they can make a quick shutdown here of Lincoln, or only hold them to 1 first down run on this drive. Doy, shotgun, important play. The Lancers crowd getting into it. They recognize the significance of the moment. Snap from Doy. 5 rush, passes near side, and it's pulled in by Chase Perry. The top target for Doy this season, picking up 10 and moving the chains.
Just makes it look too easy. A little timing pattern, down and out, just past the sticks. Ball's on the money, on time.
Perry ducked out of bounds his 3rd catch today. 1 went for a 75-yard touchdown reception on the first play of the game. Is that 75 or 65? I'm getting all my yardages confused. Somewhere
75.
In there. 75, that's right.
Yep.
1st and 10 from the 47. In the shotgun is Doy. Behind him is Matthews. Doy the snap, drops back. Extra blocker. Lobs it down the middle. And it's pulled in. And off to the races is Landon Allen. Nobody will catch him. Allen the touchdown. Back on top, Leganor.
53 yards on that one.
Landon Allen, his 2nd receiving touchdown of the year. He beat the defensive back, and David Doy put it on the money just over the fingertips of the defensive back. Allen pulled it in, and it was nothing but green turf in front of him.
Just great time. Doyle, plenty of time. No one from Middletown close to him, able to survey the field, find the open Landon Allen.
Haymaker after haymaker. I feel like I'm watching an old Rocky movie. There's the defense is coming up with interceptions, but outside of that, all big plays on the offensive end. 42-35. Now Middletown back on offense, down by 7 when we come back on Cool Oldies 1450.
Tell you about a hidden gem on the Golden Mile in Frederick, Bargain Bin. Bargain Bin is located on Waverly Drive off West Patrick Street behind the District 40 shopping mall. The name says it all. A bargain is when you pay less for something you usually pay more for. A bin is a large container with a bargain inside. Put the 2 together and you get Bargain Bin. Everything you need for less in an easy to find location. So what are you waiting for? Stop throwing your money away at those big box stores or online. Check out Bargain Bin today. Open 7 days a week. Bargain Bin has the brands you love at a fraction of the price. You'll discover something new every time you go there. It's like stumbling over a gold mine on the Golden Mile. See what your friends are saying.
Here's the kickoff and the return for Middletown. Straight up the gut all the way to the 41. And the Knights take over from there with solid field position.
That was Nathan Borowski there. Middletown has basically athletes all over that kick return team, so even if you kick it short, it's got to go to somebody that knows how to handle the football and run with it. Sets up Middletown 42-yard line. Great field position.
After a score to start the second half on a run from, I believe a run from McLister. Trying to keep all my touchdowns.
It was a little pitch
the pass
and
to
catch.
McLister, yes. So McLister, the touchdown of the first drive. 42-35, started the second drive of the second half for Middletown. Rolling to his right is Poffenberger, and he just has to toss it to the near sideline over the black jerseys on the sideline of Linganore. Incomplete.
Yeah. Good coverage there by the secondary. Britt got flushed out to his right as he was running towards the sidelines. Just tossed it out of bounds over the Linganore bench.
Rare incompletion from Poffenbarger. What a fun game this has been. 42-35, 2nd and 10 as Middletown gets the signals from the sideline. Crowd stamping their feet, trying to urge Linganore to dig deep and come up with a defensive stop. Been few and far between tonight. Outside of the 4 picks, 2 for either team. The 5-1 Knights working left to right against the black uniforms of the 6-0 Lancers. Low snap plucked off the turf by Poffenbacher. Lobs it left side, leaping up and pulling it in as his receiver, making the catch along the sideline for the 11-yard pickup and a first down.
And it's McLister again, a little back shoulder throw to him. McLister turned around up to its highest point. Chase Perry on the coverage, but Middletown moves the chains in Linganore territory.
An 11-yard pickup and a first down. McLister great out of the backfield. Another catch. He came into the game with 19 on the far hash of the 47. 8:05 left in the third, down by 7. Poffenbarger, the commit to play at Stony Brook next year. We have seen why tonight. Snap. Drops back, quick whip up the middle, and it's caught by Lee. Rather, that was the tight end, Will Ackingblade, I believe, coming across the middle. No, third time's the charm. Eddie Quinn on the catch, I believe there.
Yep. One thing Middletown does is they spread the football around. So you got to be careful. But yeah, nice 6-yard gain on the play. Keeps the clock rolling.
Quinn wearing number 7 on the far side. The top target, Clinton Lee, who I thought made that catch on the near side, wearing number 8. Lee lines up to the outside. Quick pass into the flat. This time it is caught by Borowski. Borowski breaks to the near sideline and is tackled at the line of scrimmage.
Quick convergence there by the defensive backs of Linganore. Drew Rupp leading the charge.
Rupp. Interception in the first half, now a nice tackle at the line of scrimmage, and once again a big third down play. Under 7 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Crowd getting into it. You can hear the cowbells in the background, recognizing the importance of this moment. A 3rd and 4 from the 41 for Middletown. Poffenbarger, shotgun to his left is McLister. 3 receivers up top and 1 down low. 3-4 defense Linganore. They rush 4, taking the handoff Poffenbarger. Nobody open left, under pressure, steps up, breaks a tackle. He's going to try to run it himself. Now flips it back to McLister, who takes off down the left side, 30, 25, 20, and ducks down at the 13. Poffenbarger looked like he was about to run, turned behind himself and realized McLister was there. An overhand throw to McLister, who took off running.
You just don't teach those type of instincts. Both McLister and Poffenbarger, for them to be on the same page in that scenario is unbelievable. Poffenbarger's getting flushed out, looking downfield, looking to run, nothing there, looking to a forward pass, nothing there. Somehow I guess he saw McLister behind in the back of his head.
4 years of playing together will do that. 1st and 10 from the 15. Poffenbarger hands off McLister. The first handoff of this half, and he is tackled to the turf, losing 1. Great pressure from Linganore's defense.
Yeah, and that run, just to keep them honest, them being the Linganore defense.
McLister got back to the line of scrimmage. Halfway through the third quarter, both teams have a touchdown. It's 42-35. It's about the score of last year's game when Linganore came away with, a double overtime win?
Overtime.
Yeah.
And we're not even through the third quarter.
Middletown looking for some revenge. Two of the top teams in Frederick County. Taking the handoff, Puffenbarger. Rolling to his right. Looking to Lee in the end zone. Puffenbarger keeps it himself. Hit as he went out of bounds. Maybe gained 3 or 4 to the 11. Maybe a few Middletown fans over here on the Linganore sideline hoping for a late hit. They're brave to be yelling, surrounded by the Linganore fans over here.
I think what I'm hearing is the Linganore fans are pleading for a holding call.
Okay.
And there's none of it. Sets up, that's not, third down, 3rd and 4.
From the 9, Puffenbarger and Middletown have to reach the 5. 5:30 left, down by 7. Another big third down. Middletown 2 for 2 on third down on this drive. Puffenbarger has time. Right up the middle. McClister the catch in the end zone for a touchdown.
Flag.
But a flag came out as Puffenbarger was throwing the football. Only 2 flags this entire game. It's a hold on the Knights, and that's a big one. It wipes the touchdown off the board.
And the fans cheer the holding call.
So a hold brings us back, a rare mistake from both these teams. It's been such a clean game. Obviously, Linganore accepts. It now brings up a 3rd and 14 from the 19 for Middletown, their most precarious spot on third down tonight.
This is Clinton Lee territory. See if they isolate him.
The Navy commit already one huge touchdown for 75 yards, a handful of big plays. Nothing yet in the second half. Lee, he'll be on the right side after Middletown breaks the huddle. 15 seconds left on the play clock. They like to salt that play clock away. They take their time and talk. 3 up top. Lee by himself to the right. McClister in the left hip pocket of Puffenbarger. 5 seconds on the play clock. Rushing 6 is Linganore. Puffenbarger has time. Looking left. The pocket collapses.
Malanzis.
Gets away. Rolls to his right. Looking for Lee in the end zone. He's not there. Puffenbarger keeps it himself and may have got back to the original line of scrimmage. For being 6'4", he's incredibly mobile. Broke out of a couple tackles and was able to get back to the line and actually picked up 6, bringing up 3rd and 8 from the 11.
It's going to be 4th down now, Ryan.
4th, pardon me, 4th and 8.
They just didn't change the scoreboard yet. Big decision here by Coach DeLauder. This is probably a makeable field goal. And they're going to time out Middletown to talk about it.
Usually you want to save those timeouts, but in this particular situation, that's probably a smart one at such a crucial point in this game. 4th and 6 from the 11. Coach, you're on that sideline for Middletown. What's your decision on this play?
Boy, I think I kicked this one. I'm just afraid 8 yards, 7 yards in this tight of conditions is a hard ask. Now, if I see the tight end check back in, he was not in the last offensive play. See if he comes in. They like to just move him down the middle as we saw in the first half. Split the 2 deep zone. But
wait to see if Ryan Coolby, the kicker, comes out. He wears number 5. If he sees number 5 come out, that means they might be kicking. I guess the question is, if you are the Knights, you kick here, you're still down by, and you make it, you're still down by 4 points. You're asking the defense to stop an offense that looks unstoppable right now.
Right, and then you risk fall behinding 2 scores, which the way this is going back and forth, no team has led by more than 7 points all night.
The answer, Middletown is going to go for it. 4th and 6 from 11. They don't need a touchdown. They just have to get to the 5.
See if they don't hard count them right here. Try to get a little quick 5. Nope.
Puffenbarger
snapped it right away. McClister matched up
the middle.
1-on-1.
Wide open receiver. He slides and makes the catch. It's McClister for the touchdown.
11-yard touchdown pass. And they isolated McClister on the linebacker. The linebacker fell down.
An 11-yard touchdown pass from Puffenbarger to his running back McClister, his second receiving touchdown today. What a gutsy call by Middletown. They go for it. The first option didn't appear to be open for Buffenbarger on the left side. He looked back to the middle, and McClister was sitting with nobody around him in the end zone. McClister, as the kick is up and good to tie this at 42. Credit to him, went down to a knee, got the hands underneath the football, and pulled it in for his second receiving touchdown tonight. We're tied at 42. Now Linganore tries to respond on Cool Oldies 1450.
Thermont Country Kitchen, one recent diner summed it up perfectly.
This place is so good, the words are hard to find. It's a wonderful small-town diner with awesome food and great service.
Thermont Country Kitchen is located on Water Street in downtown Thermont. Open weekdays 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., Saturdays 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sundays 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Remember when Grandma used to say, if you're looking for a great restaurant, follow the locals. And that's exactly what you'll find at Thermont Country Kitchen. A wonderful mixture of out-of-town guests, travelers up and down Route 15, and the locals who love Country Kitchen's award-winning roasted chicken. Homemade cooking at its finest with lots of sweet.
Back here in Coley's 1450, a muffed kick return by Linganore. They were able to fall on top of it at about the 20-yard line, so really no harm done there. They begin from the 20 after both teams open up the half with touchdowns. 2 for Middletown. Linganore scored 1. Now they get the ball for the second time. Can Middletown finally get a stop?
And, you know, sometimes you're worried about field position. Talk about good field position, but these two offenses, it doesn't matter where they've been starting, they've been able to manage their way down the field.
Doy in the shotgun. 3 receivers left, 1 up top. His star back, Matthews to the left. Ball goes out to the flat. It's on the hands of Allen, who scored on the last drive. And Allen is tackled at the 25, picking up 5.
A little swing pattern. Good blocking by the receivers. Actually well defended by Middletown to hold them for a 5-yard gain.
2 passing touchdowns for David Doy, 1 on the first drive of the game, 1 on the last play from their last drive, in between 4 rushing touchdowns from Bradley Matthews. 2nd and 5, 4:20 left, third quarter. There's a snap to Doy, out to the flat on the far side. Once again, it's Allen. Allen breaks 1 tackle, tries to spin away from a second, and he's hit from behind, maybe picked up 2 or 3, brings up 3rd and short.
Number 5, Ryan Colby, meet number 5, Landon Allen. No gain on the play, or very short gain. Exact same play that time. They just flipped the field.
Ryan Colby, the very rare defensive back kicker combo. 3rd and 4 from the 26. Now a 3rd down for Linganore. They haven't had too many of those tonight against the 4-3 of Middletown to the far hash mark. There's a snap to Doy. He passes in the flat. It's caught. This is going to be enough for first. Into the secondary and pressing forward to the 36 is number 22, Jackson Simmons, the backup running back, just a sophomore, touching the ball for the first time tonight.
Yep. Trips formation just outnumbered the Knights, and Linganore is moving fast.
Doy. And now the looks like Doy's going to pause for a second. 22 seconds on the play clock. Look to the sideline of the near hash mark, not that far away from his own sideline. At the 35, working right to left in the home black uniforms. Doy now settles in against 6, 7, 8 in the box. 6 rush. Doy looks right, has time. Somebody's got to be open. Now looking left. Nobody's open. Spins out and is pulled down, losing about 10 yards on the play. Great pressure by the defensive line for Middletown.
I'm actually surprised there wasn't a penalty on the takedown of the tackle, the horse collar rule, because they ripped him down from behind. But great secondary play by the Knights. I mean, had a lot of time initially. Doy couldn't find anybody who's comfortable throwing it to. Big loss on the play.
Massive defensive play. I believe Will Ackingbade was in the backfield. There's a handful of white jerseys on David Doy. Credit the secondary. 5 defensive backs made sure nobody got open. Now 2nd and 19. Doi passing the flat. It's in the hands of his target. Wide open space on the far side. That's a first down the far side of the field into Middletown territory down the far hash to the 25. That's Jackson Simmons again on the catch and run.
And Middletown sent the house, did not get there, did not account for Simmons, wide open and a lot of yards after the catch.
Where did this guy come from? Jackson Simmons. He's a backup running back, but he's playing out of the slot, and he's got 2 catches on this drive. And now 2nd and 10 from about the 24 of Middletown. Under 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. We're tied at 42. 2 of the top teams in Frederick County. 6-0 Linganore, 5-1 Middletown. On the far hash mark, Doi the snap, 6 rush. Doi fakes right, now rolls right, pass to the sideline, tiptoeing the sideline, pulling it in is his target, and he's tackled and pushed out of bounds. Catch made by, I couldn't quite get the number there, Coach.
Me neither.
But it goes for a gain of 8, bringing up a 2nd and short.
Yep. So far, no touches by Bradley Matthews this drive.
That's a rarity. Matthews, their star running back, averaging about 10 yards per touch. Hasn't seen it yet, at least on this drive. That last catch, I think, was made by Landon Allen. That's his 3rd, if so, in this half. 1 for a touchdown. And now 2nd and 1 from the 15. And they're going to measure as the crew comes out with the sticks.
Let us all catch our breath here.
Finally. Just for a moment, it looked like maybe Linganore was in a tough position facing a long 3rd down, as they are short by maybe half a foot. It brings up a very short 2nd in inches. So plenty of options here for Linganore. You don't have to pound it up the middle. You can maybe use this opportunity to take a shot to the end zone. Temperatures dropping into the low 50s. Dark night, mid-October, cool temperatures. The coldest probably either team has faced this year. Still not bad, though.
Right.
I formation. Doi in the shotgun. It's actually a shotgun formation. Back Matthews behind him in motion, right to left. Fake.
Yep.
They also
Wide
goes to
open.
Matthews. A lot of room off the right tackle. Breaks 1 tackle. High steps into the end zone for a touchdown. The 5th tonight for Bradley Matthews. Touches it 1 time on the drive, and he makes it count. 48-42. Linganore back on top by 6.
Crazy. Just that jet sweep action. They fake it to them. And then Matthews, big hole in the right side, untouched into the end zone.
The fake was to Landon Allen. Extra point coming from Aiden Marsh. Snap high, hold down, kick up, and through. 49-42. Usually when you score 49 points in the third quarter, you're in good shape. But Middletown, an offense on fire. Back-to-back scores coming out for the 3rd time in this half when we come back on Cool Oldies 1450.
Thurmont is amazing. Not only do they support local high school sports on the radio, but they have great food, great fun, and they constantly serve our community in so many ways. Check out their Facebook page, American Legion Post 168, to find out about their exciting events. And be sure to say thank you for supporting our local community. And don't you forget to say thank you every time you see them for their selfless sacrifice in military service to our country. Thanks, American Legion Post 168. We salute you.
49-42. Lancers getting set to kick off. Now Middletown trying to respond. Both teams have had 2 possessions, and both teams have 2 touchdowns in this second half as we are making our way to the end of the third quarter. 3 players back to return for the Knights. Going up on the far side and making the catch. I believe that is Lee on the far side. Brings it back to the middle. Jumps back to the outside 30. Now comes back to the near side 35 where he's tackled. Officially at the 33 or 34, and the Knights take over from there.
Quick out-of-town scoreboard if I can. Oakdale 41, Walkersville 13. Urbana 23-13 over Frederick. And that's all I have right now.
Under a minute.
Michael, you have any others?
Under a minute left in the third quarter. Might have a few more in just a moment, a few more scores. The score here is Linganore 49, Middletown 42, 59 seconds left in the third. As Britton Poffenbarger comes back out on the field. The commit to play at Stony Brook, he's lived up to it tonight. 4 passing touchdowns. Poffenbarger also has a rushing touchdown. Gives off the right side to Mick Lister, the running back with 2 receiving touchdowns. Nowhere to go. He tries to break to the sideline and is upended by the defensive back for no gain.
Yep, tried to bounce that outside. Power set to the left. They brought it back to the right. Chase Perry there from his cornerback position to knock McClister down for no gain.
By my count, that is McClister's second rush in this half. It's been all through the air from Britton Poffenbarger. McClister does have 2 receiving touchdowns in this half, though. He was hero in that last drive. Poffenbarger on 4th and 6 from the 11. A little bit of a low throw to a wide open McClister. He went down and made the catch. Now needing to make another play. 10 seconds left in the third. Last play of the quarter, potentially. Poffenbarger far sideline to the receiver in the slot. He makes the catch, breaks out past the numbers and pushed out of bounds after gaining maybe 5 to end. No, they've stopped the clock with 1 second left as he got out of bounds at the 35, so we may have one more play here. 3rd and 5 coming up. 3rd and 4 officially.
Yeah, this big 3rd down here for the Linganore-Lancer defense. If they can get off the field, I believe Middletown and Coach Daughter would be forced to punt in this situation if they do not convert.
3rd and 4 from the 37. Poffenbarger shotgun, 2 receivers near side. Lead by himself to the right side as McClister bounces out in the slot, makes the catch. Linganore read it though. McClister sprints up the sideline, lowers his shoulder, and he's a yard short. Tackled at the 40. He needed to reach the 41. And now decision time for Middletown. Will they go for it? Not. We'll have to wait and come back with that answer as we've reached the end of the third quarter. Middletown down by 7, 49-42. Man, what a wild third quarter it was. Both teams scored 2 touchdowns. And now we wait and see what Middletown decides to do. They face a 4th and short to start the fourth quarter.
It's a dangerous situation. You're almost in a no-win scenario here because if you give the ball back to the Lancers, haven't been able to stop them all night. And then Lancers drive in and they're up 2 scores to start the fourth quarter.
So it's 4th and 2. The first down marker is at the 42. It's right in front of us, right in front of the home Linganore crowd. 4th and 2 from the 40. It's a long 2 yards. It's a good probably 7 or 8 feet that Middletown has to get here, and you have to go for it the way the offense has been going for Linganore. This might actually be the turning point of the game right here, and no, Middletown's going to punt. This does surprise me. They're going to rely on their defense to make a stop down by a touchdown. So Middletown getting set to punt. There's the snap, there's the kick. A little bit short, bounces 40, has some backspin to the 41, so all in all, it's about a 20-yard punt. And the Lancers take over from their own 40.
Yep. Now Middletown defense. Yes, it's 12 minutes to play, but they're in a tough spot. They got to get the hands back on the ball. They got to stop the Lancers this time.
Would you have gone for it there, Coach? It's a tough one.
I think I at least would have tried to line up in a hard count, see if you can pull them off sides.
So Doy brings his team back out. 2 for 2 in this half when it comes to drives and touchdowns. He snaps, turns, hands off. Matthews up the middle, nowhere to go. Great pressure, great push from the defensive line led by Landon Hofkinsing, who was in at the bottom of that tackle.
That good solid hit there before Bradley could get going.
So Matthews, who has 4 rushing touchdowns tonight, 5 actually. 5 touchdowns for Matthews, 7 combined touchdowns between these two running backs. He actually lost a yard in that play to make it 2nd and 11 from the 39. Clock ticking, 11:20 left to go. Linganore up by a touchdown. I believe it's the first time they've been up by a touchdown with the football tonight. Doy the snap, looking left, now running right, under pressure, a late blitz. Doy has to lob it down the far side, and it's out of bounds. Bringing up 3rd and 11.
Yeah, and just to talk a little bit about Linganore, what they do offensively, they come to the line of scrimmage in a formation, and then they get set. They look at the Middletown defense. They stand up and look for the coach to make the call. So based on what the Middletown defense is doing for the formation of the offense coordinator makes his call, and they have a little signboard over here that gives them the play.
Middletown has 5 players by the line, 2 linebackers, then 4 in the secondary. Doyle quickly looking to his right on the comeback route, pass over the head of his target. He was trying to hit his top receiver, Chase Perry, and the safe play, I guess, for Middletown pays off. 4th and 11. Now Linganore is going to have to punt themselves.
Yep, timing a little bit off on that play. Doyle had to throw the ball a little sooner than he wanted to. By the time Chase looked around, the ball was already past him.
49-42, back-to-back punts. This is a rarity. There's the kick. It's not a bad one. On the far side of the field, hits the 30. Will roll to the returner. He lets it go, and it trickles all the way down to the 13. So a long field for Middletown to work. With 10:43 left to go in the game, their offense comes out trying to tie it on this drive.
And I believe that was an intentional little pooch punt. Had the forward rotation on, so the dangerous Clinton Lee does not get his hands on it, but it takes a very favorable roll for the Linganore team.
So 10:43 left, back-to-back punts. That equals the amount of punts we've seen this entire game. 4 interceptions, 2 for each team, and outside of that, it's all touchdowns. 49-42, and it's not like we've had long drives. They've been quick, back and forth, a lot of pass plays.
Yeah, I was just going to mention that last drive Linganore scored on was about a 9-play drive. It might have been the longest of the evening.
Poffin to Barker. This time he's under center, turns, hands off McClister, off the right tackle, sprints into the secondary, shoelace tackle to pull him down at the 20.
Good explosion off the right side. Nice pickup.
Officially at the 18.5, gaining about 9 on the play. So a second and very short. Clock ticking at 10:15. Middletown down by 7. 5-1 record against the Linganore Lancers, who shut out 2 of their past 3 teams. And they've scored at least 35 points every game this season. They have about 5 times as many points as their opponents. They've been so dominant in Middletown, by far and away their toughest challenge this season. 2nd and 2, under center, Poffenbarger, McClister behind him. Ball goes to McClister off the right tackle on the sweep, outside the numbers, to the far sideline. He's knocked down after gaining 6 and moving the chains.
Certainly a a different offensive approach by the Middletown Knights, under center 2 times in a row, and that power toss to the right side. And we have a player down that the trainers are coming over to look at. I think he's up, but they just need some attention.
What a clean game it's been. Haven't had many stoppages because of banged up players. Hardly a penalty, just a couple for either team. Again under center, in the I formation, Poffenbarger turns, hands off McClister off the right guard, had a hole, then dragged down hip high near the first down marker as he sprints up for another positive gain of 8 or 9 yards.
All right, major alert. That's not Poffenbarger. That's number 5, Colby, at quarterback. Poffenbarger's over here on the sidelines.
Good catch there, Coach. Colby is playing quarterback. Puffenbarger is out. Hence why they've gone to this I formation the past couple of plays. So Colby, pardon me, comes out under center. I formation. Almost the entire defense is in the box for Linganore. 9 players. It's a sweep out McClister. He follows his right tackle, and he's past the first down marker for a gain of 4.
They just power toss to the right. So Poffenberger is on the sidelines. I don't see him. He does not have his helmet with him.
Helmet off for Poffenbarger.
Yep. And I'm not sure if that's Mom and Dad standing there talking with him.
Sure,
but
yeah,
either way, he might be finished for the evening. So change of offensive approach for the Knights necessary.
He's by himself down to the near 40-yard line. Handoff to McClister. This time he's met at the line. Nowhere to go as he has stood up. It was Brody Summer, the fullback, getting the touch, maybe getting a yard. Poffenbarger by himself on the 41 on the far sideline. And he has his left sock is high up by his knee. His right one, though, looks like it is off. And he's kind of putting weight on that right foot and then taking it off. We'll keep a close eye on him. Hopefully he can get back into this game. Still has his pads on. As Coolby under center, 2nd and 10. I formation, McClister at the top. It's a sweep this time to the left side. McClister running, comes back into the open field. Tries to juke the defensive back, Perry. Perry makes a touchdown-saving tackle at the 38. All of a sudden, McClister has an extra burst of energy, having a great drive, picking up 20.
So with the injury to Poffenbarger, Middletown Knights change in offensive approach is double tight end, I backfield, backup quarterback Colby under center, and they're just running the football at this much bigger Linganore Lancer team.
Poffenbarger, 19 touchdowns on the year, including a rushing touchdown as sideline, as Coolby races from the sidelines after getting the play call. Just 5 seconds to work with. I formation, Coolby under center. 9 in the box. Coolby is a quarterback keeper. He presses forward. He's a defensive back and kicker, also plays backup quarterback. Maybe gain 2 or 3. To about the 35. Tyler Wilhelm making a good point. He's our camera operator and helps out with pretty much every other aspect of the broadcast. He mentioned that he probably was a quarterback keeper just so they don't burn the timeout. The play clock was down to 3 seconds. It's now down to 10. It was 6:35 and counting, working right to left, down by a touchdown. Coolby under center, flips it out to the back, McClister, trying to beat the defenders to the sideline, and he does down the far sideline, tiptoes out of bounds at the 18. McClister, after 2 receiving touchdowns in the third quarter, he's turned into the star here in the fourth.
Yeah, it looks like just enough of a nudge to bump him out, push him out of bounds in front of the Middletown bench. Let's see where they mark it. I think it's not quite 24-yard line, yes.
So it's at the 24, enough for the first. Ryan McClister entered today, averaging 5 yards per touch. On the ground, he was pretty much quiet for 3 quarters, did have 2 receiving touchdowns, and he has come alive here in the fourth. Coolby under center, 8 in the boxes. There's a receiver left side. McClister in the I formation. Coolby again keeps it himself, runs off the right tackle, and he is hit at the line. Nowhere to go there for Coolby on the quarterback keeper.
Yeah, I think Ryan, he just reads it. If he thinks he has an A gap that he can sneak it into just to keep the Linganore defense honest, he'll try that quarterback sneak. That time, nothing going there.
What a wild victory this would be if you are Middletown. If they can somehow pull this off with their quarterback, Britton Poffenbarger, on the sideline. Coolby, who's their kicker, defensive back, is under center on the far side of the field, 2nd and 10. I formation, receiver in motion right to left. It's a handoff to McClister, who's running with a different level of energy. This time gains 3 or 4 to the 20.
Yeah, little counter action that time. Fullback left, McClister to the right. Sets up a 3rd and 6 for the Knights. Ball right at the 20-yard line.
Poffenbarger has now moved towards a bench, and he's sitting down. Again, it doesn't look like he has a shoe on his right foot, and his sock is off. We continue to keep an eye on him. We hope he's okay. The Stony Brook commit has 4 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown today. 3rd and 6 from the 20, 5 minutes left. Huge play. Sweep out to McClister to the right side. He stood up at the line, goes nowhere. And now 4th and 6. Play of the game coming up. We'll have to see if there's enough confidence in Coolby to go to the air.
Yeah, they've been working the clock and really trying to wind her down. But boy, they're in a no-win situation here on 4th and 7 against a defense that pretty much is expecting the run. Let's see, I've seen Middletown a number of times throw a half-pack option pass. See if Brian McClister has that in him.
4th and 7. Linganore pins their ears back. They have 8 in the box. Receiver in motion right to left. It's going to be a pass play for Coolby, and he throws it up the middle. It's a miscommunication. Nobody was near it. Incomplete turnover on downs.
Yeah, the tight end down the field, then turned around at the sticks. I think Colby was expecting him to keep running.
Sure.
Overthrown. Turnover on downs. The Lancers take over. Big situation.
Lancers went a quick 3 and out on their last drive. It was a big defensive stand for Middletown. Now they're asked to do it again, and they don't have much time. 4-10. Linganore trying to salt away this clock, up by 7. So after all the scoring, we saw back-to-back punts. Not a bad drive from the Lancers, especially without Poffenbarger, but it ends up in a turnover on downs. Now the Lancers trying to go to 7-0, by far and away their toughest challenge this year in the Middletown Knights. The snap to Doy, gives it off to his star back Matthews, and he's off and running into the secondary. Stays on his feet down the near sideline, 50, 45, 40, slides out of bounds at the 46 as he is hit from behind.
And we have the referee behind the play. I don't see a flag, do you?
I don't. Bradley Matthews made to the 36.
But everybody's walking back.
David Doy is standing back at his own 30. He might be anticipating a hold or some sort of flag here, even though there isn't one right now in the field.
Oh.
There it is.
There it is. There it is. It was laying right about the 40-yard line. So kind of down the field, one of the downfield blocks. Yep. So the 10-yard from the spot of the foul sets us up about as 1st and 2.
Yep. From the 29, the incredibly rare 1st and 2. You don't see this too often. A unique spot for Linganore to be in. It's still a positive play, an 8-yard pickup, but it would have been about 40 yards. 32 of it's pulled back because of the hold. As Doy's in the shotgun, Matthews behind him, ball to Matthews, he runs off his right guard, breaks in the secondary, breaks an extra tackle, and he's off and running. Nothing but green in front of him, foot race to the end zone, and Matthews pulled down from behind, phenomenal hustle to tackle him at the 6.
Ryan Colby, what a hustle play. Ran down Bradley Matthews to save that touchdown.
Ryan Colby is the definition of a football player, plays backup quarterback, defensive back, kicker, an incredible hustle to sprint down the field and pull down the speedy Bradley Matthews. Although right now, Linganore knocking on the door, 1st and goal from the 5. The clock ticking, 3:30 left. They're up by 7.
And looks like Rick Connor and Linganore's got to let the play clock wind down and use the timeout.
You can feel the tension rising. This crowd about to pop with their team trying to extend their lead to 2 touchdowns. Neither team has led by more than a score today. It has been a phenomenal football game. Hardly a penalty. 49-42, back and forth. The only dark mark over the game right now is the status of the elite quarterback, Britton Poffenbarger. Did not play on that last drive. He's on the sideline with, I believe, his right shoe and sock is off. We just hope he's okay.
Yep. And the fans in the stadium, you can sense the urgency here. A touchdown here by Linganore gives them a 2-score lead with, as you said, QB1 for Middletown on the bench. Tough situation for the Knights.
I think if you are, and it's going to be tough because I'm guessing this will be run plays. If you're the Knights right now, you're thinking we just need to strip, we need to knock the ball loose, and maybe try to bring it back as far as possible if we can.
Yep, got to play the football right here. You're exactly right, Ryan.
Tough task. David Doy. Almost undoubtedly, this would be a run to Matthews from the 5. 1st and goal. Receiver in motion left to right. Doy fakes the handoff to him, gives to Matthews, and he is absolutely crunched in the backfield. Ryan Coolby again, back-to-back tackles. This time it's a loss of 1.
He and his teammate Brody Summers met in the backfield right on Brady Matthews.
Matthews, a running back sandwich between the white jerseys of Middletown.
And you see how Brady had both arms over that football. He, too, recognizes what you mentioned about the strip by the Middletown defense, the importance of controlling the football.
It might be more important than scoring a touchdown here.
Correct.
2nd and 6, 2:40 and ticking. Matthews behind his quarterback Doy, and now it's Middletown almost undoubtedly confident of a run. And
another timeout as the play clock was set to expire.
Linganore takes it. We're getting close to the end. 2:35 left, and what's been one of the best games of the season. I mean, you're going to have a hard time finding a better game in the state this year than what we've seen tonight, 49-42, with all this action between two teams that will, I think it's fair to say, compete in the postseason and make deep runs, assuming everything holds up for them.
Yeah. Stay healthy is huge. But, well, as far as the best game, unless you're the defensive coordinator.
Sure.
I mean, or either team, you're thinking, man, how can we stop these guys?
I mean, I guess they got to be pleased with those 2 picks for either team.
Yeah.
49-42, a combined, 91 points.
I'm guessing there's 1,000 yards of offense.
Oh, easily. I would think so, yeah. Well, let's see if Linganore can get 6 more and pretty much pad this game and go up by 2 scores. Doy shotgun. Matthews behind him. It is a handoff to Matthews. Off some misdirection. Matthews off the right tackle and in for the touchdown. Number 6 for Bradley Matthews tonight. 23 on the year, and there's the cushion, the first time either team has led by 2 scores as Linganore goes up 55-42. Tough break for Middletown. Lost their quarterback and then couldn't quite get the stop there.
Yeah.
Extra point coming from Aiden Marsh. He's been perfect so far. And he is now 8 for 8 on the night. So with 2:30 left, a collective sigh of relief from the Linganore fans. They finally can breathe easy. Up by 2 scores, 56-42 on Cool Oldies 1450.
For over 50 years with quality service at a fair price. Brownie's Auto Repair employs only ASE certified technicians. Brownie's is one of only 33 shops in the state of Maryland designated as an ASE Blue Seal of Excellence repair facility. They want to help you maintain your vehicle in a manner that keeps it trouble-free and fun to drive. Stop by today. That's Brownie's Auto Repair, located on Frederick Street in Walkersville, a proud sponsor of high school athletics.
2:30 left, and it's Linganore 56, Middletown 42. The Lancers in good shape to go to 7-0, and they've been tested tonight by Middletown. Been a good game.
Great game. Two
Deep
great
kick.
offenses.
This might be the best chance for Middletown to score as the ball goes right up the middle and Lee goes nowhere. Great coverage on special teams. The Navy commit is tackled at the 24. After a huge first half for Lee, he's been quiet here in the second as Middletown takes over down by 14.
Okay, Landon Russell with that solid tackle of Clinton Lee on the return.
.224 left to go. Middletown still not out of it, but you really do have to pass here. And with Puffin Barker on the sideline, it's asking Colby to do a lot. Was 0 for 1 on that first drive off the bench. Backup quarterback, kicker, defensive back. Had 2 huge tackles on that last drive to his credit. And now Colby, he is under center, I formation, and with that, 8 line up in the box. The fake to the running back, rolls left under pressure, and nobody there. Colby nowhere to go. Reed with the big sack.
Yeah. Again, Zach Reed keeps containment, little bootleg action. He was right there to knock Colby down for the big loss.
So Colby loses about 10, under 2 minutes left to go, and now the writing on the wall for Middletown. Lancers are going to survive this one. They were pushed to the brink tonight, but without Puffin Barker on the field.
Just no answers for the Middletown offense.
Yeah. Colby comes back to the huddle. McClister had a good last drive. Was able to get them basically from 20 to 20. And it's going to be a flip out to McClister. He tries to sprint, hits the secondary, hits a wall, and is tackled after gaining about 5 or 6. Not a bad run, but you need more at this moment. If you are Middletown, clock at 1:15, and it looks like the visitors understand a couple more runs, and this game is finished.
And I believe Coach DeLauder also realizes that for Middletown. Let's just play it out, go home, live for another day.
As we coast to the finish is what has been an absolutely fantastic football game. Middletown, even though they lose tonight, assuming their quarterback is fine going forward, and we hope he is, and ready for the postseason, they probably feel better about their postseason chances after a loss than they did entering tonight. Quick pass out to Lee in the flat, makes the catch. He tries to maneuver into the secondary, gained 8 or 9 on the play, out to the 27, still about 3 yards short of a first down, and Middletown does not have to run another play.
Yeah, it looks like no urgency on the Middletown sideline, so I believe we're going to let this one run out.
What a game, 56-42. Linganore is going to go to 7-0. Middletown, only their second loss of the year, a close one to Frederick a few weeks ago. They've been dominant since. Their offense was fantastic tonight. They're going to come up a bit short tonight, though, losing 56-42 in an absolutely incredible football game this evening at Linganore High School.
Wow, offensive fireworks. 2 great teams, and you look at this score, you say, where was the defense? There's a lot of defense.
Sure.
But there was a lot of great athletes playing offense too tonight.
4 interceptions, but a whole lot of offense. 14 combined touchdowns tonight. The big star was Bradley Matthews. He had 17 touchdowns coming in. He now has 23 on the year, scoring 6 touchdowns. What an unbelievable night for that young man.
Yep. He continues to set records and break records in Frederick County as the #1 rusher in the county. And I'm following Linganore's going over, and as Britt Poffenbarger sits on the bench, they come and congratulate him on a great effort. And we just hope that young man can recover quickly, get back on the football field.
The Stony Brook commit, he had a great game tonight too. 4 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, 2 passing touchdowns to his back, Ryan McClister. Big first half for Clinton Lee, but it's Linganore coming out with a 56-42 victory tonight. Coach Little, final thoughts on this big win for the Lancers tonight to go to 7-0?
Both teams, great effort. Both coaches, just the fight in your team, the back and forth. There was no quit, And one thing about Linganore is they haven't been in too many close games, but there was no panic.
Sure.
They're a confident football team. They know how they live and play the game. Congratulations, Coach Connor and Linganore Lancers.
56-42, Linganore moves to 7-0 as their opponents tonight. Middletown, the Knights fall to 5-2, but they had a hard-fought game. For Tyler Wilhelm doing a great job on the camera and behind the scenes, for Michael Betteridge, our producer, our executive director. For Coach Rick Little, I'm Ryan Pierce. We appreciate you tuning in to an absolutely fantastic football game. Can't wait to talk with you next Friday.
Good night, all.
Don't worry if you can't make it to the game or miss the broadcast.